Yes, what's going on, my homies? My name is Leo COYS, part of Colorado Spurs and a diehard Tottenham Hotspur fan. And I'm joined by my homie, the one and only. If you haven't caught him here, you could catch him live on Parker's Pitch. Welcome to the only Tottenham Hotspur podcast that's 5,280 feet above sea level. Welcome to the Mile High Hotspur episode number 38. Parker, the Eves Basuma episode.
Oh yeah, Leo, how you doing, man? I'm doing good. I'm just so happy. I'm so ecstatic with how the season's turned out so far. I know we're only 4 games in. I'm trying not to get too excited, but I just love, proving the haters wrong. Harry Kane's gone. You guys are not gonna be able to win without Harry Kane. He's gonna do it. He's the one who does everything for you guys. How are you gonna survive without him? Well, we're doing it.
Yeah,
So, and we're doing just fine actually
yeah,
without him. So, yeah, doing good.
that's true. I like that, bro. I like that. Yeah, so international breaks means that we take a break from Premier League football. It seems like we're just starting to catch a roll there, and it just
hmm
screeches to a halt, and now we kind of have to wait. And are you a fan of international football? Like, did you pay attention to the friendlies and to the qualifiers, the Euro qualifiers, and all that type of stuff, or are you just watch
Yeah, I
Premier
love competitive football, man. Like when I watch teams that are playing against each other that actually have good, players and it's competitive. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, it gives us a break too. It just makes it even better when we come back. When Spurs come back. So, but yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not completely like I don't love it as much as I love club football, but yeah, no, it's exciting to watch, and the qualifiers are obviously more exciting to watch than the friendly. So
Hmm. I agree. I agree. Yeah, for sure. So as you guys may have seen in the title, we have a special guest today from a different part of the United States, from Indianapolis, well, part of Indy Spurs. We'll let him dive into it when we meet him. Parker, are you kind of excited? This kind of touches home for you, this supporters club. How do you feel about that?
yeah, it does. I haven't actually visited the the Indy Spurs group yet. I think it's Center Point Brewing or something like that. Yeah. I haven't been there yet, but when I visit home, when I see my parents, I'm gonna go and see a game there for sure. So yeah, I'm excited to talk with Mark and get more of like history on the Indy Spurs because yeah, that's the town that I was raised in. So yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah, yeah. Big up, big up. That'd be dope. I'm excited for that, bro. I might have to just tag along and go see the Indy Spurs myself. Um, Parker,
Oh
we
yeah.
had we had a nice little growth in the channel lately, bro. We our video did really good. We have some new subscribers, so we want to
Wow.
say big up to all the new subscribers and to everybody that's helped the channel grow lately. We appreciate it and big up to you guys. Well, Parker, I mean,
Yeah.
should we just bring on the homie and let him introduce himself? Part of Indy Spurs.
Absolutely.
All right, let's give him a nice little and you know what? That reminds me. I need to come up with a new intro, but he gets the nice class.
Hello,
Very good.
hello.
My man, how you doing, Mark?
I'm great. Hey, Leo. Hey, Parker. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Looking forward to our chat. I got to tell
Right.
you that I can't believe the lack of excitement on the Euros. You can tell by the accent, I'm originally from England. I am
Yeah,
glued to the TV this weekend watching the internationals. I know
yeah,
this is about Spurs, but I got to be supporting my England. I got to put it out there because they are going to finally win something. It's coming
I
home. It
agree. I
is
agree.
coming home.
I agree. Well, that's funny because I have my English flag right here, right? Because I actually support the English national team as well,
Good
and
man.
so yeah, and it's because of the Spurs that I
Boo.
support the English team, right? And I get a lot of stick from a lot of Americans because they call me a traitor and all this and that. But hey, I just like good football, right? And England right now is going through a golden generation. You know what I mean? And they're part of Spurs too, so that's all we always talk about that as
I
well. I get a lot
cannot
of stick for it
stand
though.
Gareth Southgate. Oh my god. His
You,
his choice of players, I just want to like strangle him. I'm like, you have Calvin Phillips in your European squad. It's like he hasn't played a game in years, or like
Yeah.
You know, Parker, if he plays Maguire this weekend, that's it. It's going to be tough to continue. I will say that. All right.
Yeah.
If he actually
I don't
starts
know why
it.
he plays him. Yeah, I don't know why he plays him. Real quick before we go any further, you guys, I do want to say hit the like and subscribe to the channel like we just talked about earlier. We've seen a nice little growth and we appreciate it. And so please hit the like while you're here. We have a couple of people in the chat, so we'll just say what's up to a couple of these comments. We have Hotspur. Hotspur, nice to see you, my homie. Says big up, Leo and all. Spurs looking good at the moment. Just a little fragile if we get injuries. So I'm praying we don't. We'll talk about that comment here in just a second. And he says, "What's up, everyone? Hope you're all well." And big up, Parker. So,
What's
Mark, this
up?
comment from Totspur says, he says we're just we're a little fragile if we get injuries. So he's praying we don't. I don't know if you've heard, but Mickey Van de Ven has since been taken out of the national squad for Netherlands, and he's back. I think he's going to be back in London. So that's pretty good news because that means we don't have to worry about anything happening to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been withdrawn. I think that's probably one of my biggest fears for these international breaks, which is why I'm a little optimistic about them right now, so early, after the season just started, and now we have to, like I told Parker, we have to have a screeching halt, and it sucks, but yeah, I just wanted
But
to comment on that comment. Look, man, before
I
we
want
go
to.
any further, Mark, please.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Well, I was just gonna say, Van de Ven got recalled. What happened with that? Because I thought he was
Oh,
in there and he was
they
super
just withdrew
excited,
him.
and
Yeah, I don't know. I
so
have to
that
read
that
into
could
it. I
actually be
just barely now
bad for
seeing
him.
it.
You know, that could hurt his like confidence. That could hurt his like, you know, his self-esteem. Because
Yeah.
he was super excited. I remember him. I saw posts of him being like so excited to be here, international
I'll
player
pull
for
it
the
up right
first
now.
time.
We'll read
And
into it. Yeah, we'll read into it.
okay,
Mark, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Indy Spurs and how is it that you guys became a club and just anything you kind of want to elaborate for us if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's great. Well, again, thanks for letting me be here. Like what you're doing on the videos here. Indy Spurs, we became an official club. I want to say it's 2012 season, so 11 years now. And at the time, Tottenham didn't quite have their act together in regards to how you became a club. Because we've been trying for a couple of years, and they had some outrageous rules about money you had to pay, you got to have members, and so forth. We got through all of that. We became official club over 10 years ago. And what I can tell you is that our database now is over 250 individuals here in the Indianapolis area that are part of the group. We don't have any official membership fees or anything like that. We fund it through merch sales. We have t-shirts and
Nice.
scarves, and that helps fund the club. We do meet now at Centerpoint Brewery. It's downtown Indianapolis. Our website is indyspurs.com. Our Facebook is Indy Spurs. Our Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, is at Indy Spurs. Instagram, Indy Spurs. So we've got plenty of media sources that we're pushing ourselves out on. This year, we are averaging about 50 for a game. Apart from the 7:30 a.m. But the Man United game, we had, I think, 52 in attendance. And Centerpoint, the owner, John, who works with me on running the club, he is diehard Spurs. He is Spurs through and through. That's all we have at the pub where we watch. So it's a brewery. They'll open early for us for every game. He'll have on the big TVs for us. What can I tell you? What else would you like to know about the club?
Parker, go ahead.
Let's see. Okay. I didn't prepare any questions, but
that's okay.
So have you guys always been at Center Point Brewing, or did you start somewhere smaller and kind of make your way?
Yeah. We used to visit another pub. Great football pub from the very beginning, from when they opened. They've always had the games there. In fact, I've got an old Holston sponsor shirt on their wall. It's a bit rough to ask for it back, but they've got that on the wall. Sweet, yep, just like that. But they will show all the games, and their rule in regards to audio is the club with the most fans in the pub at kickoff say it's for us the 10 o'clock Eastern games, that's the game that will be audio. And so we just couldn't be dealing with some of the other, I don't want to swear, but some of the other teams and their fan base. So we shifted over about 6 years ago to Centerpoint. And what was great about Centerpoint, especially that run that we had in the Champions League all the way to the final, we had, I think, about 170 people in for that game. That was just packed. We packed the place out. First beer was on the house for everybody.
That's dope.
We had food laid on. It was just a wonderful atmosphere for the first 90 minutes before the game started. And then what were we in? 4 minutes into it when we gave that penalty away. It seemed that soon when we had the handball against us. Yeah. It was early. So that sucked the life out of the room. But it's amazing once everyone's had a few beers in them, how the atmosphere roars back. So that was just wonderful. So we've been at Centerpoint now through that. And then obviously we had the COVID situation and also we had some troubles with our management, which I'm sure we want to spend time on the woes of the last couple of years from a management perspective. Definitely sucked the life out of supporting Spurs, I felt. You could just see that. A lot of people got used to watching TV at home and not coming out. But, I mean, the way things are going, I'm super excited. The fans are back out. Everyone wants to come to the pub. It's happening now. We're excited.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's dope. I appreciate that.
I keep getting cut out. My internet is terrible.
No, you're all right.
So I apologize.
You're right. Everybody that's just tuning in, or if you happen to catch this on playback, this is Mark from Indy Spurs. Later on, after this stream, I'll put all your socials and stuff like that into the description and anything like that, in case anybody's going to be in Indianapolis. Is it Indianapolis, right? I'm assuming it's Indianapolis.
The city is Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Indiana.
the city. Okay. Okay, Indiana. So if anybody's going to be in the area and they want to go hang out with some fellow Yidos, they could definitely get in contact and go. Yeah, I know, but yeah. Well, so I'm gonna put your information for sure. So anybody who wants, and if you're like me, I like to have a bunch of scarves. So I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up because I need one. And so, if anybody else is interested in helping out a fellow Yido, like, yeah, let's see what we could, any way we can help. Like, we're gonna try and help you, Mark, with that, definitely. So big up to the Indy Spurs, and plus my homies from Indy. So you know what I mean. We have to help them out for sure. So we'll definitely link all your stuff on there. Parker, any other questions? Because I got questions I can ask this gentleman if you don't have any more, bro.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Leo. Ask him a couple questions, and I'll think of some while you're...
Yeah. Okay. If you guys are tuning in, ask questions, too. This, like I said, this is our homie Mark from Indy Spurs. He said he's from, you're from just north of London, right? I don't know how much you want to be able to, but can you tell a little bit about your upbringing there as being a Spurs fan?
So I grew up just north of London, Welwyn Garden City. That is the hometown for Skip. That's where he was born. I do not know his family, though I still have family back there in Welwyn Garden. So I grew up there. I moved to the States in my mid-20s. Came over here for some work, and I've lived in multiple states. I've been in Indy now for 17 years, and always supported the Spurs through that run. The reason I got into Spurs was that my father and my grandfather were Spurs fans. So there's a whole generation there, or three generations of Spurs fans. And I would go as a kid with my father. And also one of the most beautiful things growing up playing football in my school back in England was the school actually had 2 season tickets for players could actually go on the they would always take 2 individuals from the football team to the games every week. Amazing. So I used to go to the old White Hart Lane, stand on the shelf as a kid, and then just grew up watching the Spurs. So
wow, that's amazing.
Awesome.
That is. What I wanted to tell you, what's amazing here in Indy, though, is that we have a couple of large British-based companies, things like Rolls-Royce. And so someone's asking how many supporters. We have about 250. Regular games, we get it sort of 50 individuals. For the big Arsenal game coming up shortly, I'm expecting somewhere in the range of it's 9 o'clock for us, I think. So between 50 and 80 people or so for that. But we have about 15 individuals that are from England here that support the Spurs, and then the rest are all from the States.
Nice. That's what's up, man. That's what's
Got
up.
it.
Yeah. So, what about like other supporters? So, we here at Colorado Spurs, we get a lot of different people coming in, and they're surprised to see that there's other supporters clubs, right? A lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm surprised you guys have a supporters club and this and that." Like, do you guys see a lot of people transiting through there that go to your guys' pub or to your brewery and watch like, yeah? Have you seen? What's the craziest place that you can remember off the top of your head that you've seen somebody come to your guys' brewery and watch a game with you guys that was a Spurs fan?
Indianapolis is big for conventions, so we get a lot of people that are coming through that, especially on the midweek games, that are in town and want to see. So they come over, and we're a 5-minute Uber ride from where the convention center is over to the pub. So we'll get that. Or if people come in early on the weekends, we get some amazing people. We had someone in recently that was out of London, season ticket holder, had been a season ticket holder for 20 years, and had some relationship with someone here in Indianapolis, so they turned up. So that's just sweet when that happens. Love that. So we get a real mixed bag, mostly from the US. Every now and then you get that surprise visitor. I think we had someone from Australia a few years back. So we get a few. But it's mostly people in for conferences or people like Parker that grew up here, and for whatever reason they're back visiting the city, and they come in and spend some time with us. Okay. So we always make a point of, if anyone's in the place that is from out of town, just let us know.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another reason why I wanted to link your socials, because thank God to this YouTube community, like people interact, and like even in the comments, people find out they're going here, and you end up meeting like just a bunch of people through the power of just a little show like this. There's even bigger shows that people meet all the time, and so that's awesome. And especially if we all get together for one cause, which is watching the Spurs. I'm very, very passionate about the Spurs. Parker and I, lead a lot of chants at the pub. And with that being said, what's the atmosphere like? Are you guys a chanting place? Are you guys, somewhat quiet? Does it depend on how the club's doing? Depends on how everybody's doing, as far as the beverages, or can you elaborate a little bit on how the vibe is during the game?
Well, Centerpoint Brewery has some great beverages. They have won a number of awards for their beers on tap. So that when that's flowing, that liquid gold's flowing, that definitely helps big time. So no doubt about it. I will say is that match day for us, it's definitely the morning games. The early morning games for us. I don't know how you do it. When we get the 7:30 game, it's a little slow to get started. The lunchtime ones, it will get loud. We don't have a Parker and Leo to really start the chants, though. We need here in Indy a Parker and Leo duo that we are definitely missing. So maybe
Leo's definitely advice. The leader of the chants. If we had a captain armband for the chants, it would be given to Leo for sure. For the Colorado Spurs.
Homies, they hear it. Look at that. You can even see my tattoos. Look at that. Tell me I'm not telling until I die, baby.
But Mark, we don't even have any lunchtime games. I mean, our latest game that we get, I think, is 10:30. So that's
there's a 1 p.m. every once in a while. Every once in a while.
In the middle of the week, maybe, but.
Mm-hmm. So I'm always interested, though. Is it the traditional "Come on, you Spurs" or just Tottenham? You're singing that, or are you actually chanting the player songs?
Oh, a lot of them.
No, yeah. Like, so, I'll research different songs and find different stuff, and then and try to sing them, even if I'm the only one. Sometimes, right, Parker? Like, eventually it'll catch on. Like eventually it catches on, and so that's just how I do it.
We have some explicit ones too about Arsenal and kicking their heads in and stuff. I can't really sing that here though.
Yeah, so and I sometimes take my little daughter with me, right? My little daughter. So and man, we get down, bro. I hope one of these days you can visit down, come to Colorado and see how we get down. Which is why I try to do the vlog, right? Because it gives people a lot of people that come to the pub. I've met a few people this season that come to the pub that are from England, and they're just like shocked to even think that people in Colorado follow the Spurs to begin with, right? Let alone have a place where we get together at, and a place of worship, as I like to call it. That's my place of worship there, and um
Yeah,
yeah,
so
so
a couple of points there. The first is that I'm really pleased the club now has done a better job of publicizing all the clubs around the world. So that works well. The and the fact that then the second point I would make is that I travel a lot, whether it be for work in the US or personally around the world, and I've been in multiple places around the world. It is so much fun. When I was in Seville, Spain, to
mhm,
see the fans there. When I was in Oslo, Norway, watching the game there. Rome, Italy. It's just so much
that's
fun
awesome.
to be there, and people will talk to you,
Yeah.
and it's just that
Yeah,
commonality that you have about the Spurs. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
all
special,
for
isn't it?
clubs. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to seeing, if maybe we could get some footage of the Indy Spurs and and add that, incorporate that into the vlog. I already did Milwaukee
Yeah.
Spurs, right? Milwaukee Spurs, I went over to Milwaukee last year, and I'm really good friends with the president there at Milwaukee. He's an excellent he's a member of our show, honestly, right, Parker? I mean, it's not just a friend.
Oh yeah.
He's an honorary member of the podcast. And Kyle, I'm talking about you, brother, from Milwaukee Spurs, right? And so we had some of their video footage, and that's what I want to do with the vlogs, is have you guys send us footage. That way, everybody could see how you guys get down too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I'm really excited about the
big up,
North London Derby because I think that's going
yeah,
to be the game that a lot of the supporter groups are going to have a lot of people in, and it's going to be really packed. So we want to get a lot of different
yeah,
clubs or a lot of different cities to send us stuff so we can. That'll be a big one, I
yeah.
think. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Can't wait. But
You
yeah.
guys, you the Indy Spurs are pretty lucky, Parker. They're 2 hours ahead, so we bitch and moan about waking up at 4. I bitch and moan about waking up at 4:30 to make it by 5:30 to the pub, right? And then the game doesn't go well. Last season sucked, bro. Imagine waking up at that early to go to the pub to watch Fossil football. It's hard to stay awake, man.
Yeah. I didn't go to any 5:30 games. I don't think 5:30 a.m. games last year.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do
And the
it.
place that we go to open up for us they open up that early for us too, right? So we're kind of lucky in that aspect too. They open up for us at the early games, and I think we took a picture the last 5:30 game. I think we honestly had probably about 40 people show up that early, maybe 30 to 40 people show up. And even
Yeah.
then, like, it doesn't matter the size of the group that's chanting, like if you guys are, singing nice and proud, like it'll stand out and it'll sound good. So, and
I
that's the type of vibes I like to have at the pub. Is just everybody chanting, everybody in the
It
zone had some nice beverages and things like that. So yeah, for sure.
it really
I
helps when the team's playing well too.
uh,
But go ahead, Mark.
I
This is
no,
Ellie
it's
here. Ellie says you look like
I
Michael Caine. Who's Michael Caine, bro? Please tell me.
You don't know who
Michael
Michael
Caine,
Caine
the
is?
actor.
Maybe.
He's an
He's
actor.
he played as Batman's like the Batman 2012 Batman when he has the old
His
man that
butler.
lives with him,
It's a butler,
Mm,
his
okay.
and
butler.
Yeah, I don't know.
yes, and I
But yeah, big up Ellie.
He's
So
British.
Ellie, that's from our friend Ellie. Ellie is a fellow YouTuber as well. She is
She's from
she's
London.
with
Yeah.
she's from she used to be a Lady Spurs player.
Oh yeah.
And
She played
so
for Spurs.
that's great. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Michael Caine is famous for being able to do the old Alfie accent, and that's an old movie he was in I think in the '60s, and he would
Okay.
talk like this as Alfie. So that's what your post is talking about. I don't look like Michael Caine, but I can talk like him when I do this. But there you
Yeah, he
go.
played a lot of
Michael Caine.
detective movies back in the day with like that long, like that orange hair back in the day.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
trying. It's
Hey,
great.
I have a question about the Indy Spurs too, because I like always to ask. So do you guys do like any type of events for your members at all? Like, do you guys have a end of the year party, a beginning of the year party, or do you guys just
Y-
meet up
y-
on the weekends and hang out?
at this time, it has been we'll meet up and we'll watch the games. Pre-COVID, it was much more interactive beyond the games, right? That'd be events. And what I'm struggling with, and maybe we can talk a little bit about this, maybe someone can post some suggestions, is how do you just get momentum back into the club? Because the life was just sucked out of things between the COVID and just the way we were playing. I mean, it was just depressing. I mean, that
Right.
style of football. That's why everyone's so excited right now. Because even if we don't win, it's just better to see us play the way we're playing now. That's what Spurs is. It always has been just quality football. And so, but how do you take that momentum and how do you get more of the membership to come out and do more? I'll ask you, Leo, do you have events beyond just the watch parties at the pub?
Yeah, so I mean, and kind of just to piggyback off of what you were saying, I know you guys rely a lot on purchases of merchandise and stuff like that, right? And so to here in Denver, the Colorado Spurs have a membership fee, and you end up paying, I think it's like $25, get you uh, inscribed in the membership. Excuse me, and it comes with the scarf, which is why I have all these Colorado scarves. Um, and then after that, like you just stay in the loop. I guess they help you if you need tickets like that.
Well, we had
And
an
then
end of the
we
year
do,
party last
and then we
year.
have party. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
now we have our
Well, this
beginning
year
of
it's
the year
gonna,
party
yeah.
after
Hmm.
Liverpool. So it's a couple games
Hmm.
from now, but we're all gonna go to
Hmm.
it's like a park close by the pub, and we're all gonna walk there. There's gonna be pizza and games and like cornhole. There's I think there's a couple
Yeah,
goals there
five-a-side and
too,
shit.
actually.
Yeah,
Um,
So,
so
but
yeah.
just on the membership. So you've had success having a membership fee, but part of that is because we would sell a scarf for $20. That's
Hmm.
what it costs for a scarf, and a t-shirt's $20. But you
Hmm.
actually collect 25, but give everyone a t-shirt. Excuse me, a scarf.
Well, I
yeah,
don't personally. I'm just a member. So our chair lady is Prudence, right? And I'm sure she wouldn't mind me really saying this because she's a good friend of ours, and it's I mean, this is just that's what they do, right? Like you'll pay the membership, and then yeah, you end up getting like a pin, a magnet for your for wherever, Colorado Spurs magnet,
mhm.
and then
Yeah.
you end up getting a scarf, and it's I mean, yeah, it's like a little, just a little
And we have
welcome
some
to
extra
the
stuff too if you want to buy a shirt and stuff
hmm
that's extra if you
Yeah, they
want.
have extra stuff. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so dude, honestly, I go through so many of these scarves because like when I see people coming through, which is also why I have some of these ones, is because when people come through, like I'll just interchange them, you know what I mean? I'll give them a Colorado Spurs scarf and I end up with a different one. Some of them have been given to me, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm trying to get the collection going. But yeah.
I was
Parker, go ahead. You have any questions? Oh, go ahead, Mark.
I was just in Singapore 3 weeks ago, and
Mm.
we were playing at. The game
Manchester
kicked off,
United.
I think, at 1 a.m. Is that 12:30 Eastern? 10:30. Was that Brighton? A few weeks ago. But the Singapore Spurs,
Right.
they get a good crowd. They do really
Nice.
well. And I just wish I had taken a scarf and done some swapping. Should have done that. Missed out on that.
Yeah.
See, that's
Maybe you
because
can
you have people
contact
that
them and
bring
get
stuff.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or the best thing was that we got the when you're a member of the club, every year you get a package, and there's a flag in there, and they print the club name on it, Indianapolis Spurs. Well, the best thing was a couple of years ago we got the Indonesia Spurs flag. I guess
Oh.
someone made a mistake on the packaging, so we have Indianapolis Spurs supporters club Tottenham flags, and we have 1 year we have the Indonesia Spurs. So we I guess
Indonesia.
they are our sister club now. We need to get organized and work with them.
I love that. Yeah, I definitely got to get an Indy scarf though. I got to contact you and we'll figure something out because
Yeah,
I
we'll get
definitely want
that.
to get one of those. I don't collect them like Leo. I just have two, I think Colorado Spurs ones, but
Sweet.
and then that's our jersey that Leo and I kind of designed a little bit. It's pretty
I
cool.
like
Look
that.
at that.
It's like
So we have these T-shirts we're finishing up on. Come on, you Spurs, and then it says Indy Spurs down the bottom here.
Yeah.
yeah.
These
Oh,
went well. I like that.
the homie Bobby chimes in here telling us big up for this comment right here. Toronto Spurs are fantastic. So this is our homie Bobby K from the three Spurs boys, their YouTube channel, that's what they're called. They're from Toronto. Toronto Spurs are fantastic. They have discounted food and beer at the Spurs Pub, the Scotland Yard, and also they do a lot of 50-50 draws, member draws for prizes, which is dope. We need to ask if we could do some of that. That's actually pretty dope. Member draws
Oh
and a
yeah.
lot of
I would
community
love to do
events,
that
which is
stuff.
something I like. Yeah, I wish, here there's a lot of like homeless population and a bunch of stuff like that. I think maybe we could do I personally think like we could do a lot more, you know what I mean? There's always stuff that we could give to people that
Volunteering
need
and
it.
stuff.
So yeah, volunteering and stuff. And then Bobby says membership here is 25 an adult and 10 for kids, which I think is that. But he says the scarves are 10% or 20 extra, 15 on all food, so pays for itself. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like that's a good way of doing
Yeah.
it, right? Just something that just does it by itself. So there you go. Maybe
I
even
wish
some sort of
Esther's did that.
ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bobby
for
K.
sure, for sure. And then Swim Master said, I've subscribed to this channel. Has Indy Spurs got a YouTube link? I'll subscribe. I like to subscribe to any Spurs YouTube channels I come across. Can't have too many Spurs channels. Yeah, of course. So, Mark,
For
I know you
sure, for
kind of
sure.
touched on this earlier in the beginning of the show. I'll definitely post all of his socials to the description after the show, in case. But I mean, do you want to, again, if you want to plug anything, you could do certainly do so again if you like, Mark.
So it's all at Indy Spurs. So the X, or formerly Twitter, at Indy Spurs, indyspurs.com. Facebook is Indy Spurs. Instagram is Indy Spurs. We do not have a YouTube channel doing video, but that's perfect. Thanks for posting that. We would. That's the other thing. We need to get members that are inclined to take the reins and run with some of this social media. And I think what part of it, I mean, it's like you guys probably thought, hey, I'm just going to start a channel and just see what happens because I love the Spurs. We need someone like that to do a YouTube channel for us. That would be good.
Yeah, Leo, speak to Esters and tell them to give you a discount on game days for members. Make your member cards and have the bar discount. I'm sure you told them you are taking all your people off. Yeah,
Yeah. I
bro,
personally don't
I've
like our
honestly
bar.
like, yeah, and I don't mean to hate on them because they let us, like I said, they open up the doors for us at 5:30 in the morning, right? But there's definitely, yeah, with everything good, there's
They're
always its pros and
so
cons for sure. I
expensive.
I agree.
The
Yeah,
the
and see
president or the
that
people
that's
that created it chose the most expensive bar, and they don't give us any discounts whatsoever. And oh, it can be a lot. Sometimes I don't even buy anything. I'll just get a coffee, and then they'll charge me like $3 for a coffee. Or yeah, it's like
It's expensive, you know what I mean? It definitely is, but I mean, yeah, if I just go for what it is, drink some beverages, have some fun, see my mates and have
oh
some
yeah,
fun.
it's
But
it's always a fun time.
So
yeah,
if you don't mind, I'd love to get your opinions on the club right now and just how things are going. Parker at the top of the meet, he mentioned he was super excited and he was trying to be careful, get ahead of things. I'm so far ahead of things right now. I think we're going to go far this year. I really do. I'm
I'm
pissed that we're
excited.
out of the Carabao Cup, only because I think we would do well as in a cup this year, and we've only got
Yeah,
now
exactly.
we've only got the FA Cup. So
And you
that's
know what I really like about Ange Postecoglou is he doesn't just we're not up one goal or two goals and he gives up, right? He's trying to go for the jugular is what they say. He wants to score as many
mhm.
goals as possible. We'll be up 4-0 and he's still shaking his head like,
And but I
nope,
fucking
nope,
like that
I'm not.
about
I
him,
don't
bro.
like
I
that.
fucking like that
I don't
about
like
him.
that. Yeah.
I like that.
And
I like that. I
yeah,
like
I
that.
like that too because I want a manager that's like, we're not gonna be soft anymore. We're not gonna just score one or two goals and then just hold back and park the bus and just try to hope and pray that we're gonna hold this game through or whatever. No, we're scoring and yeah, I love it. Sorry, go ahead.
If we win the double, I just love the post. We're going to win the double. That would be sweet, wouldn't it?
Oh, man.
I just want to see some silverware. I really do. And the double would be good, but I'd just take the FA Cup. Always loved the FA Cup. If we could win that, it'd be great.
I would cry. I'd cry. I cried when we got knocked out of the Champions League final. I cried. So if we won something, I'd cry even harder. Yeah.
Are you a big crier? Is that what it is? You're emotional?
No, but it's been a long time coming. You know, this Tottenham, this team really can get to you. Just can pull you up and then put you right back down to your seat, just like that. Like so.
Do you find you're more emotional after a few beers, or you're always emotional? I'm just interested in sort of what puts you over the edge.
Well, I think, man,
hold on, Parker. Hold on. I want to answer this, bro, because I know how my homie is. I sit next to him and watch the games. So let me answer that question for him. Parker he's very, very not emotional, but he's very like committed to what's going on, right? He easily gets like he'll get happy when shit goes right, but he's also really pissed off. Like if the ref makes a bad decision or if Kulu does something stupid like he normally does, Parker's the first one to be on his ass. I know that. So, Parker is an emotional guy. I know he is. He just sometimes it needs to be the right circumstances for him to actually to let it out.
Man, I don't think I've cried other than maybe some girls, maybe here and there, but mostly it's Tottenham.
Hey, it's totally understandable because once you pick your club, you're stuck with it. Stop being pessimistic. Oh, it's because I said we're only going to win the one trophy. Yeah, realism. Realism is what I like about Ange. I think he was interviewed after I think it was the last game, and they said, "Hey, you're doing really well." And he turned around. It's like it's been 6-7 weeks. I'm still trying to get my arms around this. Give us time.
Yeah.
Even though they just won 5-2, I just love that about him. He's just such the right manager for us at the right time.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to like about Ange. So the only thing is, the big question is, will it last?
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Swimmaster says, I love the way we're playing. Fast-paced, pressing football. My only concern is it's very exhausting. So Ange seems to use all his subs to keep up the pace. Our subs bench needs more quality and depth. Excellent opinion there, Swimmaster. And then we have William McDonald. Big up, my homie says, good evening, guys. So good evening to you, my homie. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off. I just wanted to say what's up to that and definitely read out Swimmaster's comment because it's actually pretty good. But hold on, Carmen, Parker, to go to what you were saying. How long will it last? And it kind of doubles into his comment. With our bench being so thin, which one's gonna break? Which one's gonna give up first, right? Like it's one of them has to break first, right, Parker?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have a pretty big squad size right now. I know we just got rid of a couple people, Ndembele, Sanchez. Who else did we just get rid of? A couple people. But I think we still got Skip. He's on the bench. He's young. He's got a lot of energy. He'll be good to go if he needs to. Obviously he's not Basuma, but I don't know.
Right.
What was I going with that? I forgot where I was going. I kind of lost my train of thought.
Do you think Skippy? One second. Do you think Skippy is ahead of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the lineup, or do you think Pierre-Emile Højbjerg takes that spot before Skippy?
No, I put
as far as the substitutes go.
Yeah,
Skippy?
no, I put Skip in for the way we're playing. I think Højbjerg would have gone if we could have got rid of him. I don't know why we didn't. I think he would have gone. Don't forget we got Bentancur to come back. Right, and I actually think he'd move Sarr onto the bench, which means that Sarr I think is good for coming off the bench. So I'm not so much worried about the midfield or even the attack.
Of course.
I think it's the defense, the central defense. You mentioned about the Netherlands sending home
Van de Ven.
Yeah, and that's good in hopefully there's nothing. They're just being preempting a possible issue there rather than he has an issue. But, we're and I'm really surprised we let Sanchez go because he played already this season. So they must be thinking Dyer's going to suddenly come good. He's not even been on the bench because we just don't have any central defenders. That's where I'm really worried.
Yeah. Apparently, Eric Dyer, there's like rumors that he went over Ange Postecoglou's head and went and bitched and complained to his uncle Daniel Levy about his playing time at Spurs. I don't know if you guys heard
Well,
anything about that, but it's
he can
been
only complain because he's not even on the bench. So
that's
Yeah.
that's the fucking funny thing about it. Look, guys, I'm stoked with
won't
the
get
way
you
we're
to play.
playing. I hope it'll last.
Yeah.
William McDonald says, I'm a Londoner living in Florida as a supporter since age 14, now 74. So I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I just want all of us Tottenham fans to keep faith in Ange. I agree. I agree. Keep them. I think that's what we need the most is to keep patience with Ange. We haven't had patience with all these other guys that have came in, but with Ange, I think we need to keep patience. The future looks very good with this fella. Then we have a message. Hi guys, I'm a Korean fan of Tottenham. Big ups to you, my homie.
That's sweet.
Thank
You
you.
get some people
Thank
on
you.
here. That's cool.
Thank
Korean.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's fucking awesome, dude. Lately, the channel has grown a lot, and it's thanks to a large portion of our subscribers lately have been from Korea, and that's totally awesome. So thank you. They support Heung-min Son and they support our team, and then by doing that, they support people like us, and that's freaking awesome. I'm ecstatic, right? Um, no Dyer Phillips. That's another thing, Phillips. I'm interested to see what goes on there. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about
I
that as
think
well.
Ange likes Ashley. What is it, Phillips? Ashley Phillips, is it?
Ashley Phillips. Yeah.
He does like him. He played in preseason. I think he scored a goal, and I think Ange and him. I think we'll see him this year. I thought we probably would have seen him more if we could have advanced in the Carabao Cup a little farther, but obviously that didn't work out. So I don't know if we will see him in the FA Cup because I think now he kind of learned his lesson, right? I don't think he's gonna play a bunch of youngsters for the FA Cup and see what happens anymore. I think he's gonna play full throttle, right?
Yeah.
That's a good comment you said. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, well, first of all, I agree that he will go for it in the FA Cup. He can afford to do that, especially with the FA Cup now, the way they do it in the early rounds, that it's all on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
So it happens right after the holiday season, so it's a bit cramped in there. So it'll be around 10th, 11th, 12th of January. But I think he will go for it in the Cup. Phillips, I don't know. I didn't see him play if he played in the preseason. You said. Or even that Carabao Cup. So I really don't know. The Dyer is definitely, for whatever reason, he's got to try and prove himself, but I just can't see him playing Ange ball. So Phillips can come in there. And Davis has been such a good servant for us. I mean, the guy is he comes in there and off the bench is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind Davies.
Him, honestly.
Davies as a backup, right? As maybe a backup's backup is not a bad shout, right? I would love to have somebody ahead of him, right, in the pecking order, and I would be very, very comfortable with Ben Davies behind that player for sure. Yeah, Ben Davies.
He's got a lot of energy. He's good as a sub. He can come in and if the other team brings in like a quick winger or something, he can keep up with those wingers, at the end of the game. So that does help a little bit. I think he fits more of Postecoglou's system than Dyer does.
But I think the setup when Ange come in was he was always going to try and score more goals anyway. So given our front line and our midfield, I think that's going to happen. I think the game against Burnley, we flattered a little bit to deceive in that there's no doubt all those goals came because Burnley made that tactical change at the start of the second half. They went from a back four to a back five, and they just gave us so much time on the ball in the midfield. So that really helped us get those goals. But I think the way that we are attacking, I think putting Son up front, I just think we're going to score a boatload of goals. And the fact that Kane's gone is not an issue.
Yeah,
I think goals are going to come from a lot of places.
I think we're going to really give defenses like a headache this year. I really do. We're gonna give them help because we got our wing backs. I mean, not really wing backs. I would say full backs. can move up, towards our midfield, and then we just pack that midfield, and then we just cross the ball over and over, and then Madison and Sorrow come up forward, so it's almost like we got 5 people up forward, up front. So we're gonna cause a lot of problems for defenses, I think. Yeah,
So
I absolutely love this football.
I got a question. So do you feel that because Ange Ball's brand new for Tottenham and it's brand new for the opposition, and they are still getting up to speed with how we're playing. So as the season progresses, it's like when a championship club comes up, and for some reason sometimes they do well. This year, they're all 3 of them are doing awfully, but sometimes they come up.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I'm already sort of disagreeing with my own example, but
But with Brentford, in a way, Brentford came up and did pretty well when they came up.
Yeah, and no one knows how they were going to play. And then over time, people start to realize, okay, that they're going to sit and catch you on the break. That's their style. My point is, do you feel that in a few months that there's going to be so much footage of the way Angie's playing Tottenham that everyone will analyze it, and so when it comes to the weekend game, they're going to be ready to play us and know what to do?
It's a good point, and I think one of my friends, he's an Arsenal fan. He keeps telling me, Ange Ball, like, this is going to end, it's going to be found out, everyone's going to find it out and everything, and the honeymoon period is going to be over soon and all this stuff. I don't know, because I think it's not only exciting to watch as like a fan. I think the players actually are excited about playing it in the system too. They're having fun as well. And I think when you have players that are having fun and are actually enjoying the system too, that it's not going to they're not going to get tired out. Like Madison's just going to do whatever he wants and keep doing what he wants. And I don't know. That's my
Well,
opinion.
that's just it with the depth. With the depth, if we have the depth at all positions, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. It's just like we alluded to earlier. We need to do the center back. We need to figure that out first before anything. And then if we have the depth, we should be good throughout the whole season. I think we'll be good, you guys. That's my personal opinion, though. Real quick, just to catch up on a couple of these comments. Wilton says, I was in London the end of last year. The stadium on match day was awesome, and I was only watching a friendly. Saar will be the face of the team in years to come if he maintains his performances. And
Yeah.
Bobby K agrees with him. Van
What
der
a
Ven,
great
Udogie, the
signing
future
that
looks
was.
very bright. Yeah, of course it was. We are back to football roots, and this is good. And then here you go, Mark. You should consider starting your own YouTube channel, bud. You would do a great job, in my opinion. Big up. There you go.
Well, appreciate the last comment. Thank you. And I think the comments regarding the new stadium, I have not been. The 2 times I've been home since that stadium's been open, there was no football. I was just timed it wrong. So I'm jealous of anyone that's been to the new stadium. But get a seat to.
Some people's streams could go forever. Yeah, for sure. I think this Saturday. Wait, is it Saturday or one of these days? One of our buddies Sava is having like a 24-hour charity live stream. So I think a lot of different YouTube channels are just gonna kind of be substituting in and out there with him to help him go the whole 24 hours. So I told them I'll help them out as much as I can. You know what I mean? So look out for that. But yeah, if you guys are still here, don't forget to hit the like, hit a subscribe. If you're watching this on replay, thank you for being here. And we have our homie from Indy Spurs here, Mark. I'll go ahead and put up his handle. I guess it's what it would be called, a handle. And we also have another homie joining us. I hope he's ready because he's about to be put on blast. We have one and only Mr. Bobby K. Bobby K, how you doing? I'd like to introduce you to my new friend Mark here from Indy Spurs. This is my good buddy Bobby K.
Hey Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm great. It's good to meet you, Bobby.
Good to meet you. I've been listening to you, man. You should start a channel. Actually, you're very well spoken, and
yeah,
you got some good views and stuff like that. It'd take off immediately, man. You get your local supporters club as well. I'm sure they'd support you. It's just a good outlet. For me, being up here in Toronto in Canada, I don't know if you know Brian Daigle from Tottenham on Tour and a lot on We Are Tottenham TV, but him and I became friends because of Toronto Spurs. You know, because of this YouTube community. Being where we are in the world, it's hard to find other Spurs fans. So, you know, having these little communities definitely makes it a lot better, man. I've met so many fantastic people because of the community. I went to NLD last year. Or this year. What am I saying? Last January. So, big up, bro. How you doing?
I appreciate the comments. I love the city, Toronto. Always fun to visit. I was there in January. Probably not the best month to visit the city. A little chilly. Always got to make sure I got my Spurs hat on though, and my woolly hat on, because with this head, it was cold. I mean, it was brutally cold. Love the city. I'd love to come up there and join a game with you all there.
Did you watch a game while you were here?
Oh no! For whatever reason, there was no game on that weekend. I don't know why. Maybe it was the international, something like that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. My birthday's in January, and the wife always says, "Oh, we'll take you somewhere special." So we went to Toronto in January. It was a direct flight.
Not too special. Parker like that.
Oh, that's funny. We'll take you somewhere special in January.
Kill Parker.
Yeah. I'm often reminded anyone born in January or February should be born in the southern hemisphere, where it's summer, not winter. We'll do us
Go
all.
somewhere like paradise.
What day in January, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh God, I don't know if I want to give that up. People might start. I'm worried how much info. No, January 22.
Oh, okay. No, my little one is the 15th.
Okay.
And then my dad's the 16th. Boss lady's 24. So January's an expensive month for me. But no, we were in while you were here, I was in your country, or your original country. I was in England, so we went for his birthday for the NLD.
That's great.
Yeah.
So next time
Parker seems like he's fading away with the shadow there. You gonna make it, Parker?
Yeah, the sun's just right in my eyes right now.
Yeah.
But
yo, I want to say,
wow, we got 5 people on. Bradley. Hey, Bradley.
What's going on,
Bradley,
guys? Sorry I'm late. Sorry about that. I apologize.
You're all right, bro. So
It's
Bradley's
all right, man.
Bradley's a Colorado Spurs member from here from Colorado. He's been at the pub. You guys might recognize him from some of the match day vlogs. Very intelligent person, well spoken as well. So that's why
he's been on the channel
Parker and I
too, hasn't he?
Yeah. So
no, not yet.
This is
I'm a first timer. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah. So this is
but on the vlogs you've been shown on the channel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this is Bobby K, and this is Mark from Indy Spurs. This is Bradley here. You already know Parker. So big up. Thank you for joining us, bro.
We should do the song, the and song, Bradley. We should all sing it together.
When I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head. Come on, Ben. Pochettino is dead. I'm loving Big Ange instead. And through it all, we'll play the way we want to, with Big Ange Postecoglou. Whether I'm right or wrong, it's Big Ange Bo. You can keep your
Pochettino,
Conte and Mourinho. And this predates me. And even Christian Gross. I don't know my Spurs well enough to know all that. Because everywhere we go, I'm loving Big Ange instead.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
That's a song, man. Isn't that a song? It's not. I mean, dude, I love this guy. Rob, the voice of Spurs, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Robbie Williams.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Squidman says, Bobby K, you have slept since Ben's. Have you slept since Ben's earlier? I got 40 minutes to meet at 2 a.m. Yeah. That was pretty fun, bro.
That was the start of my day, though. I start there and I finish here. So, yeah.
Okay.
That was the start of my day, too,
3 or 4 shows today. Yeah, I've been a bit of a stream whore today.
That's cool.
Coffee company this morning. Then
I wish I could just quit my job and do that.
No, but
the shelf side.
I'm not saying you quit your job. I'm just saying I wish I could do that to my job.
Bobby K
to a concert.
I didn't realize that Bobby K was independently wealthy and doesn't have to do anything but just videos, and that's great. Good for you, man.
I wish, Mark, actually, if I could do this full time instead of actually working for a living, I would gladly much rather do this. Yeah, sit here and chat with my buddies and pretend I actually know something about Tottenham.
Hey, guys, let's get our predictions for our next game. I know it's like kind of a while from now.
Is that like 6 months from now?
It's like a couple weeks from. It's like
seems like it.
He says he
I
wants
don't
to hear
know.
you
This is
sing
how
for
good
Ed
it is
Dart's
right
move
now,
for another
Parker.
team.
This
Yeah,
is how good it
maybe
is.
we
don't
shouldn't
want
talk
a
about
break.
predictions. That's a little too. That's a little bit too, ahead of ourselves.
He says,
So
Mark,
what?
you got your singer now, bud. Mark,
I,
oh yeah,
Yep.
Mark, there you go, Mark. Yeah, you wanted to draft a singer, bro. There you go, my homie Bradley.
I think we're just going to have to fly Bradley in for games just to serenade and move the team, the fan base for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
The
was
Let's go,
funny.
problem
man.
That
is
was
though,
fucking funny.
Classically,
no offense to Bradley.
classically trained, baby. Classically trained.
I was gonna say this
Let's
is the
go.
Are you?
ultimate. So no offense
Oh,
to
yeah.
Bradley. When I hear a guy like that singing beside me, all of a sudden I shut up. I'm just gonna make a fool of myself and drown out a great sound. Why would I want to do that?
I mean, Tottenham singing, man, is incredible. Like Spurs fans, like it's a dream of mine to be able to sing and be able. I mean, the songs are just incredible. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's in the culture. It's in the bones.
I really like the one.
you know, he was going to tell us something really important as well. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
It was going to be so profound, it would have just shaken the earth.
Yeah, he's not even backstage, so when he comes back, I'll pull him back on.
So,
Let's see.
Oh
Yes.
no!
Bradley, here he
Yeah.
comes.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Bating
Okay,
breath.
quickly, Parker, tell us
I
quick.
was gonna say I love the Sol Campbell chant.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Hey,
Bradley,
Bobby.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Mark.
Leo, real quick. So what I was going to say
Yep.
is, you know what I thoroughly have enjoyed was when the Spurs are on tour in the summer and they come over to the States, how much the fan base sings. When they were here, they were down in Nashville playing City. That was just a fantastic crowd. And then when they were out on the West Coast, San Diego and the Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, just went to
That
all
was a good
three of
game.
those. And just the singing was amazing. You don't need to go all the way to the Tottenham Stadium. You can do it here when they come on tour. Hopefully they'll be back
Yeah.
this coming next year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
met
Leo
Lily
was
King
saying.
in Pasadena. That was a good time. Pasadena against Barca was a fun game. I
We-
took a road trip and took my daughter to watch the Spurs play. It was fun.
Wow.
You know what I'll always remember about that is we were 2-0 down, I think.
Down.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the fans said, "Hey, let's just sing that we scored a goal." And right. And so we started singing, we scored, we all went wild, beer went everywhere. I'm not kidding you. Several of the players stopped playing to turn around and see what had just happened.
Did you actually end up
I had a
scoring?
lot of fun.
Yeah,
we ended up tying 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I remember that because usually so when they came to Denver in 2015, they came to Denver as well, right? And that's when Colorado Spurs formed, was to bring, and then they ended up bringing them here. Well, we had our own section of the sporting park, right? We had our corner just like they do in the fixtures out there. We had our own corner. We all sat together singing, as opposed to in the Rose Bowl. There was a lot of Barca fans, right? And mixed in between us and everything like that. We were scattered about, so it was kind of hard to get like everything going. But I do remember when, and I could say this because I'm 100% Mexican. When we score goals, we throw beers, and there was a lot of Barcelona fans that were Mexican that were throwing their beers when they scored. And I'll tell you, I had my daughter with me, and like I just seen them. I kid you not, when we scored, I turned around with my beer straight up to that them dudes, like, yeah, well, so the atmosphere was still fun at the Rose Bowl, but it's nothing like being close with your mates, and that's why I know I keep talking about the pub, but that's why I like the pub environment, and I'm interested to see how you guys get down, because here's like we drown out everybody, like people that go to because during the later games, it's a restaurant, it's a functioning restaurant with other patrons, right? Not just us. There's other people that come and eat that are not that are not there to watch Spurs. So they'll keep them in front. But a lot of times when we're chanting, you could see a lot of them people come to see what we're doing and like start recording us because we're just going wild, right? And so that's what I like. And if you could get that in Pasadena, if you could get that in Singapore, if you could get that in North London, like that's just a buzzing feeling that I want to be a part of. And one of the reasons why we started a YouTube channel, right, Parker? So we can kind of just always be talking about the shit that we like in Spurs. And
yeah,
and now
because
it's
I
dope
feel
that
like
we're
a
able
lot
to
of
do
the
this.
people from England are like, you guys don't actually like Spurs. You guys, it's like, no, we actually get down and we have a lot of supporters over here, and we just really wanted to kind of like showcase, what
How
we
we
can
get
do
down.
too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Tottenham supporters are American, and they're really knowledgeable about the team, the players, the background. I mean, in the transfer window, I'll get questions about, will we sign this player or that player? I have no idea who they're talking about. Some people are just so attentive to what's going on. It doesn't matter I will say English people will look down at sometimes to the American fans. But from my experience, everyone just embraces it. And that's Indy Spurs for you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gotta love our logo. See the ball? That is the state flag is just that. It's a blue, white with the red and the star. And so we incorporate it into the ball. Thanks for posting that up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Bobby. So you chimed in great, bro, and I appreciate all the comments that you were telling us about the Toronto Spurs and stuff like that. And you kind of went into detail, and kind of over here telling Mark how you guys get down and stuff like that.
I do not know how the hell I saw how many guys you got there for a Spurs game, Leo. How the hell that bar is not smart enough to say, you coming in here with 20, 30, 40 guys ordering alcohol, ordering food, ordering snacks and stuff like that. Everybody's dropping at least probably 40, 50 bucks a game. Yeah. You got 30 guys there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a significant amount of money for a
we're
bar
paying
to come
full
in
price.
on
It's
a dead time at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that anywhere else, even if you set up a breakfast buffet or some nonsense.
Give us a discount.
Which bar here recognizes that. They open at 7:30 in the morning for us, and they're not legally allowed to serve till 10 a.m.
Legally, yeah.
But I kid you not, that waitress is literally standing there. She knows 8 out of 10 people's orders already. So at 9:59, you see her kind of standing on the sideline with the tray with all the beers ready for everybody. At 10 o'clock, it's like the you see her freaking Sonic. Throwing beers at people. Here, Jimmy, here.
I want to ask a question to Bradley.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen you like really until this year. So where have you been the last couple of years in Colorado Spurs?
Call me out, man. No, I was just joking. No, I was there last year. I think that it depends. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're good.
So I've been a Spurs fan since I'd say 2017, 2018. My son loved Christian Eriksen because he was a midfielder. My son was a midfielder, creative ball player, and 23, and that was his number, and that's how it started. So I have no shame in telling you guys that. But once I get into something, I study it. So, once you get into something and you say, okay, I'm going to follow this team, and I'm going to start learning some history, and I'm going to start listening to podcasts and live streams and start learning more about the game. So I'm a traditional grow up NFL football, MLB, all that was my bread and butter. National Basketball Association, NBA, all that's bread and butter. Right. So, and then college football based on where I went to college. So soccer, I got into it because the kids were playing, and then getting into kind of the style of play, Barcelona style of play through some academies the kids were in, but then Tottenham came that way. So I'd say been watching from home. But it was tough. I'd say, if you wanted to be honest truth, it was not that I wasn't coming because I wasn't loyal and watching from a distance, but it was tough football to watch. Honestly, the last 2 years, it was tough. Now that I think it's interesting. It just feels more fun right now. It's not just because it's maybe a new manager bounce, or it's because, it's the beginning of a season, and what's the difference? Nuno won a couple games, but statistically, if you look at where we are in key passes, where we are in the final third, just so much that we're doing that was not sustainable under Nuno. So to answer your question, Parker, I'm not a fair weather fan. You definitely need to be all in to come to the pub and get there early in the morning. But once you make that commitment and you're all in, and that's it. There you go. But now I'm seeing a lot of things I'm loving. I'm loving the stat. I'm loving to see what we're doing. I believe it's sustainable. I know that you guys may have touched on this. I'm very concerned about how paper thin we are at the back. If there's one injury and they sold Sanchez, you guys already may have talked about that. They sold Sanchez. He's not great. You got Ashley Phillips on the bench. He better be it, because if Romero gets a concussion or something, wow. I mean, we're paper thin at the back.
Yeah, but and just putting a stamp on incomings, outgoings, and everything. So if he said Sanchez can go, he must have seen something in Phillips to say that this kid will be ready to step in. I just hope that this kid doesn't come in and have a mare, as a lot of people in England like to say, and just completely screw his confidence up. That's my only concern, because he's so young. But, he's got that championship experience level. He's played with the men already. He's been banged around a little bit, so we'll see what he's got to offer. Sorry, I jumped in front of you there, Mark.
I was going to say that, we had the discussion earlier, exactly these same things. That,
oh, you did? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but it's good to bring it up, because at the end of the day, that I think is our biggest down side at this time. It is the central defense. There's no doubt about it. And you've got Phillips, you've got Davis can come in there. We talked a little bit about Dyer as well, and we just don't know what's going to happen there. I'd love the comment I saw earlier from our Korean fan on that, is there a song that we can help move Dyer on? Something like that would be good. The central defense is our problem. There it is. And on the bottom. Doing something with doing something with central defense is my concern. Beyond that, I'm confident up front. I think the way Ange plays up front, whether Richarlison has to sit on the bench for a few games and get a chance and prove himself, I don't think it's going to hurt us. It didn't hurt us this past weekend. And midfield, the way we're playing, and Bentancur coming back, those are all good things.
Well, the last game was the first one that the front line really contributed. All the other goals have come from other parts of the pitch, so that's really nice to see. That's one thing about Ange is that the goals are always spread around. So, in a way, I think, as crazy as this might sound, our team is better suited now without Harry Kane, without a focal point kind of thing, because that's just the way Ange is. I was looking into him a little bit, and you look back, and I think the highest scoring player he's ever had in a season, I think, was on 21. And if you look, the rest of the goals, there's, you got a handful of players around the 8-10 goal mark. If they're coming in from everywhere, even defenders and deep line midfielders. So you can see that he works his whole team philosophy in, and it's fantastic. But sorry, Leo, I wanted to get back to your pub thing there, because being Indian, it's very important to me that you get a discount. It's driving me absolutely nuts that you don't get a discount, man. My dad would be listening to this, not be very happy.
Awesome.
You got to talk to these guys, because when you're showing up with that much money, at the end of the day, if I'm a business owner, I want you there. You turn around and go, all right, you don't want to take care of us. You don't want to even offer a free coffee to my boys showing up at 6:30 in the morning here on a cold day.
They do. I'm sorry. Yeah, they do. They don't just shun us, but I think that they could maybe offer like a drink special, right? Like buy one get one, something.
Yeah.
Well, what it is
free weed too. They put the weed out there for everybody to smoke, kids and everything.
Well, that's mandatory, bro. Nobody's showing up if that's not the case.
Bradley, I'm in Canada, buddy. We've been doing that shit for years.
I'm in Indianapolis. You mentioned that word, they throw you out of the pub,
right?
Yeah.
That's so weird, man.
I've got family from Indiana. That's my roots.
Individual, right?
Yeah. It's
we got to homie Callum.
Wrong color state. So I appreciate, Bobby, you bringing up advice there for Leo on getting the pub. What I was going to say is that my sense is Leo's responsibility is the chance, by the sounds of things, is that bigging everything up and getting everyone super excited.
Check out Tim Winstone then, man. You on Twitter?
At Indy Spurs is on Twitter.
So that I don't know if Tim's got a YouTube channel, I think, but there's Tim. Jesus, is it Winstone or Winsome? But he's one of the guys that performs a lot at the stadium and stuff, and he writes a lot of the Spurs songs and all the chants and everything like that. And he is awesome. He is awesome. He was on
Spurs song sheet as well.
Spurs song sheet. That's him. That's the guy from Spurs song sheet. That's him. Yeah, that's his. Yeah. So
all right, I got to get some clarification here. Sorry, Mark, I wasn't having a dig, but red. What's
can't have red on?
Is that
can't have red anywhere?
That's my flag.
On your flag, yeah.
No, I don't think they ever. You have to.
It's regarding red on the flag. No, he did. He said it up. If you go up a little bit in the last few comments back from Wilton, he said, remember, red represents those bastards down the road.
Yes, I
Yeah, I
agree.
remember that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't. I came, man. You gotta see, Leo. I came on a stream when I first started this stuff, and I've got a nice red Spain sweater.
That is a Union
Oh
Jack.
man, I got an earful, bro. You should have seen my phone after too. Don't you ever do that shit again?
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm assuming that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, no, he did say it earlier. Let me.
All right.
Yeah, I was trying to find it, but there's so many comments. I don't know where it's at. But
I'll find it for you. 8:34. 8:34. So 6:34 your time. Sorry, Indy Spurs, but we can't have any red. That's that lot down the road.
The Woolwich Wanderers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's all.
the
Yeah,
Woolwich
but
Wanderers,
you
that's
got
great.
it on there because you said it's part of the state flag, right?
No, it's the country.
Okay. Now that's what it was.
Oh, the Union
Yes, it was
Jack.
part
Oh,
of the
I thought it was-
logo.
I thought you were referring to the.
And I recall that
In the
Wilton is a. He's talking about on the Indy Spurs.
Yeah,
That's
you got
part
to
of
remove
the
that. There
state
you go.
flag.
Yeah,
There it
it's
is.
a state flag. You said, yeah. So we got to make that star blue
Oh.
because you got to remember now. If you take that down, Leo, you got to remember. I don't know if you boys know the Canada flag, but it's red,
Yeah.
maple leaf, red.
Dude, you
So
said forget it. I'm just going to do my thing. Yeah, you took that red out. man.
we got the Canada
Even if it's the
flag.
lifeblood of the country, man, you said forget that. Spurs above all, huh?
We can't have
I
red,
see how it
man.
is.
I think you
All
should
right.
take that.
That's
to,
that's
uh,
some
man.
serious. It's
No
in
way.
your blood, man.
No.
Bradley,
So
I-
actually, it was a friend in the YouTube community designed the logo for us because that's our channel name, Three
It's
Spurs
awesome,
Boys.
dude.
And then me and the kids' names at the bottom there. And yeah, when he designed it right away, because he actually apologized. He goes, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. And I was like, hell yeah, you are, man.
Yeah.
Right, bring
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing over, man.
I think
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
getting mixed up with counterfeiting money. You can't do that, but you're good to
No.
go on the flag.
Do you guys have the same rule? You can't even write on your money. That's considered a crime, right?
Right.
Yeah, because like over here, sometimes you're giving somebody as a gift or something, happy 5th birthday or something like that. Somebody might write a little note or good luck. A friend of mine opened a restaurant, so we gave him $100 bill to signed it saying good luck for everybody and everything like that. And he pinned it up, of course, with some of the other ones. But cheers, Parker. I'll tell you where to get them, bro. They're inexpensive too, and it's from you. It's down by you guys. I think it's somewhere in the States. I can't remember the state now, but it's
I want to get a
not
Mile
far,
High
man.
Hotspur flag. Yeah, I want to get a
Dude,
Hotspur,
you know
a
what's
Mile High
this
Hotspur
thing
flag.
That's a great
with
room right there.
taxes, everything. This thing worked out to like $31 Canadian. So what's that, like
That's fucking
$4 American?
No, I don't know, man, but yeah, I'm down.
Oh, what, 25 bucks, I think. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, buddy.
I wanted to just finish out this comment on the red. Duly noted. We will have a discussion about red on the badge. Got it. Understand that. And then also, I think I will be going through my underwear drawer and just confirming, like Carl Simpson, I'm not wearing any red.
Underwear is fine. Just
No
keep
red,
that stuff
no red
covered.
thongs, no red thongs.
Well, that's what
No.
I'm hearing. That will have to just go.
As long as it's covered up, you're okay.
Bradley,
Dang,
do you?
I'm trying to see. I'm just trying to see. Honey, do you like red? Does that turn you on? Because you know what? 46 years old. I'm married, man. I'm like, hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Damn right.
You get Bobby K. Don't get Bobby K started.
You started with that shit.
Don't get
man.
Bobby K started, bro. Don't get Bobby
Years,
K
that's a
started.
hard time. How long have you been married?
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
22
He
years,
started to do
brother.
that thing.
22 years
You've been
coming up
married
on
22
20.
years?
Yeah, what you got?
I got
What you
22
got?
as
Started
well.
to
Don't
do
talk
that
to me
thing.
about hard time. I done hard time too. Sell box C, bro.
In the
He does that
desert,
crazy thing.
you can't
Yeah.
remember your name because there
Bobby
ain't
just threw him
no
on the
one.
Yeah, you guys,
Oh,
so
is that
awesome.
so, Carl?
What was
I'll
that?
be ready for quick access. Now, Carl knows me, man. Carl's in the same boat as me. Carol, we're rocking around the same age, group of kids at home. She bends over the wrong way. Well, things happen. Things happen. But getting back to the red. We're all getting excited now.
All right, we started something there with the red. I got the message. The flag's gone. But we have to redo the
Hold
logo,
on.
redo all our merch.
No, Mark. To be fair, hold on. Kellum has gone to the conversation a little bit later. He wasn't here when we went over the logo to begin with. That is part of the state flag,
The state
right?
flag,
You
yes.
incorporated part of your state flag, which
Correct.
is why they therefore have the red in it because it's part of his state flag. So I think that's why it's not just a random, red
Yeah, you didn't just pick
detail to the
red.
ball.
No,
It's
no, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So
good. It's
he the
small.
reason
Like
why
it's a small part of
yes.
inside the ball. So
Which is why I was going to say you should keep it because that's what sets you guys apart, right? It doesn't necessarily, I mean, it has red, but so do most of our kits nowadays, right? So it's okay. It's just a little bit. Now, if you had a lot of red, then I would definitely boycott it, but it's for a reason. You know what I mean? It's the state flag. And if you want to represent, then I'm totally all for it. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely a unique badge there. The Colorado Spurs badge, see if I have a logo of it. It's pretty neat too. I don't know if you've seen it. It's got the Colorado C on it.
got one hanging up right behind you, isn't it? Over your left shoulder, beside the main one. Isn't that the Colorado?
Yeah, but the logo, I don't know where the logo's at. It's like on the back or something. I don't know. I have them all. It's because they're like pinned up.
I gotta
But
send you down a shirt, and you want a Toronto Spurs scarf too, right?
yeah, for sure, bro. And I want some Ben Kaufman coffee.
That okay. You're asking me for merch from somebody else's show.
Oh, did I just remove him or did he remove himself?
Just got offended. We just got offended, man.
I don't know.
Just
He's
like,
all upset
nah,
about the
forget
red
you
thing.
guys.
I know you guys scared my guest away. That's fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but it's definitely if
maybe he just realized, well, hold on, I've been married for quite a few years here, and the wife's looking nice. I'll be back, boys.
yeah, he got that look.
Let's go.
There's no red on the Indiana State flag, but I promise. Well, maybe
On the ascendancy.
What? Is there no? Uh-oh. I'm going
He
to start
said
a
there
big debate.
wasn't.
Poor Mark's going to leave here with a dilemma.
I know, right? And he says, yes, he's sorry, I didn't know. Kellum, I hope you're doing better. Man, my poor homie over there in England got jumped a couple of weeks ago, so I hope he's doing better now.
Wow.
Sorry to hear
Yeah,
that, Callum. I
Kellum.
hope you're okay, man.
Yeah, well, he better not be. Look, it's one thing to feel sorry for the homie, but if he went out there looking for it, then I'm not going to feel sorry for him. You know what I mean?
Is he the kind of guy that would go out there looking for it?
Well, I would hope not. I would hope my homie is until proven guilty, right? Just,
Got some hooliganism going on.
You know what I mean? So if it was something that he got, kicked up the wrong kind of dust, then I understand it, bro. I'm from the streets here in Denver. I know how it goes, bro. You know what I mean? You ruffle some feathers, you ruffle some feathers.
Bro,
you know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
messing. I'm not messing with you, man. I'm good.
Nah, bro. You know what's so
I'm
funny
good, bro.
talking
I'm
about the
good.
pub? So every once in a while for the
Oh, good,
United
he's
game,
back.
there was a few people that walked in with the Manchester United shirt, right? And everybody right away like looks over to me and they're like, Leo, just calm down. You gotta do nothing. Mark, because
nice.
last year I got in a fight with some Chelsea fans. Well, first before the Chelsea fans, I ended up running off all the Arsenal fans to their car single-handedly. I thought my mates were behind me, but I was the only one. And then yeah, like the Chelsea fan, like I got in a fight with one of them, and that's why I have this here. That's the first thing they see
Damn.
coming when they want to talk shit to me about my team.
See,
I don't condone violence, but I
all I
also
can do is
don't.
stay quiet.
I don't condone violence, but I'm going to kick your ass. You show
That's
up at my pub wearing a wrong
radical.
jersey.
There's a guy at the gym who
Mark
loves
left us
Chelsea.
again.
There's a guy at the gym who loves Chelsea who is a really nice guy. He's like, hey, because he goes to this place called the British Bulldog downtown. Now, not as nice. Standing room more. Probably the food isn't as posh, if you would call it. Not as nice.
Are you guys close to each other?
What's that? The British Bulldog in this place? No. This British Bulldog
but you
place.
guys have met at the pub, right? Through Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
well, he's in my match vlogs.
Look what Parker's saying.
All right. I'm sorry. I had to go. One, because I was not offended. I was not upset about the attacks on the flag. We put all this effort into our logo, and it's 12 years down the drain. But no, we're over it. It is the Indianapolis city flag upon which
let's go.
Our logo is based.
Let's go.
There you go. So that's
come on, Indianapolis.
And the flag, truly state flag. It's white cross in the middle, 2 blue, and a little star in the middle. So that's what we based Indianapolis Spurs on. Just putting it to bed, moving on. Done.
So
Yes.
no Lucas
Yes.
Oil Field in there, no Indiana Hoosier stuff. None of
no,
that.
no, none of that. No, definitely no Hoosier mention whatsoever in the flag. Just doesn't happen. No Ursay, no football, no nothing. Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Bob.
yeah.
Jim Irsay gets a mention. Wow, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
There you go. Nice,
Okay,
nice.
sorry, what I missed? Can you go over all that again?
Yeah, okay, Bobby.
Yeah, go back and watch the
Bro,
video.
Like, I wasn't sure. I heard a big bang. I wasn't sure if one of the kids died or not. And then mom's at work, and she comes home, and one of the kids are hurt. Somehow it's my fault. Whatever.
I get it.
We just heard Kane wanted to come back. That's all.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You know, you got to wonder what happens when Madison and Kane are at the England camp, and Madison says, "What the hell? You leave, and we're playing great. Thanks, Harry, and thanks for the."
I was gonna say, shouldn't he say thank you because he got his number 10 jersey, and all of a sudden, he's the main man. Sonny's our captain. He's the main man. They're out of a big shadow that was cast. Not to knock, Harry Kane, everything he did for us, but he didn't take us over that final hurdle.
That's right.
So,
true.
can the finger be pointed at him being as the culprit and the reasoning for that? That everything was for so long focalized and centralized through him that he was, the whole world. He was Tottenham basically, and everything had to flow through him. And if it didn't flow through him, it didn't work. We saw how many times we had issues when he was injured and stuff like that. But when Sonny had to step in and he was out, and Sonny played striker for a while, we did all right. So sad to see him go. But I this debate could go on forever. Would he be better for us now, or are we better off without him, or would we be better off with him still? I don't think we're missing Harry Kane personally.
I agree. Time was done. I'm glad we got the 100 million, and we use that in a better way. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I was concerned about before the last game. I thought to myself, well, Ange Ball, the goals are supposed to come from various places. And if you looked at where our goals came from in the first few games, I was like, where are they going to come from? Because Ange Ball is strike quickly, loads of goals. And I'm like, all right, where is it coming from? Richarlison's doing hold up play, balls bouncing off him. He's not confident where the goal's coming from. Valise is not going to be ready yet. And then Sonny comes. And you use his talent and you let him get behind the defense. And it was incredible to see that happen. I know you guys already probably talked about that, but I was so fired up that these goals, he can be the man. He had to find a way to get Sonny dominant, to be a world-class player, not be lost on the left wing, but be a world-class player. And that's where the goals are coming from. Everything else is going to flow. I mean, that's that. I felt great about it then, to be honest.
I am super excited. Super excited. I am just happy the way the team's set up. I am very bullish on this year. I mean, I think we're going to go well. I think the cup. I think we could do the FA Cup. I really do.
Were you pissed? Were you pissed about the other day? Were you pissed about the Carabao Cup?
Yeah. And the reason is that for me, growing up in England, the cups were everything. Winning the league's really important. You got to do it. But now you got to make top 4, and that's all we're shooting for. I don't see you win. If you come second, third, or fourth, you don't win in my mind. You got to win the league, and I just don't see us being able to do it this year. I think we're moving in the right direction, but I think the FA Cup is within our grasp. I think the way we play, we could do well in the knockout. I'm very, very bullish on the FA Cup. I would like to see us do well in that.
And Madison said so himself. He said, I did it at Leicester. I want to bring that here.
Yeah.
That's what he said in an interview I heard. I felt that feeling at Leicester, and I want to bring that here. And I was like, let's go,
guys,
dude.
The only thing I kind of want to add to this, and this is kind of to like combine the both conversations we just recently had, was the Harry Kane, and now what's going on. I think Harry Kane somehow has been a lot of the issues at Tottenham as well too, right? Bobby, you alluded to like he never helped us get over the line, so we can't really say he did it for us to get over the line. We can say he did do it for us not getting over the line, right?
Yeah.
And So
he had a few chances. It's not like he didn't have opportunities.
well,
It's not like we didn't get the finals with him.
And he didn't have the chances. And what I'm saying is, like, the core group of players, all of them have been gone for a long time. Sonny and Davies are the only two, I think, remaining that I considered first teamers that are left from all of that bullshit. If I'm not, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I can't really think of all of them off the top of my head, but these players, they all have probably subconsciously have that in the back of their head that they can't finish it, right? And whether we want to admit it or not, I just ran into a Manchester United fan at the store earlier today before this, and the first thing he asked me when I showed him my tattoos of Spurs, he's like, "Damn, you sad about Harry Kane?" And I'm like, honestly, no. Like, we needed this to happen. Like, we needed him to leave, whether he was going to leave now and give us some money or leave at the end of the summer and leave for free, and then we're fucked even more. You know what I mean? So I was like, no, I'm not
And he
sad,
goes
and I'm
to
not sad that
Chelsea.
he's gone. Yeah, that would be even worse, bro. That'd be even worse. You know what I mean? That would be
heartbreaking.
I wouldn't fault him for it, but I would consider him a Judas. But I wouldn't fault him for doing what he did. I fault Campbell for doing what he did, the way he did it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't fault him for doing it, but I would call him a Judas. But still, that's hypothetical. What we do know is he did leave, and it helped our team immensely because we got rid of most of all of that bad juju. And I don't know if it's bad juju or not, but we got rid of the shit that didn't get over the line. If you know what I mean, like, we got rid
We
of
need a
that,
clean
and
out.
now we're
We
left
had
with
a
hopefully
manager say
people
that.
can.
We had a manager that said that 4 years ago that we needed to clear out, and it never happened. We're just finally doing everything we should have done years back, and we're doing it at a more expensive rate now because look at the way the player rates have just skyrocketed. It's ridiculous what valuations are nowadays. So, he tried to save money then, and now we're paying more now. So it is what it is. I think we would be in a much different situation. God forbid if we were sitting here looking at us as sitting 14th in the table with 2 draws and a handful of losses or something like that. And, then I think this conversation would be a lot different. But the way we're playing and the fact players have a smile on their face and we as fans are excited and have smiles on our faces, that takes that sting away big time.
Yeah. Real quick, you guys, Mark, this is Mark's debut on our show. Hopefully, and certainly not the last. Mark, we invite you to come back whenever you can, bro. You say you got to take off. I'll give you the floor is yours. Go ahead and say whatever you want. Anything you want to promote or just anything you want to say. Final words.
I don't need to promote because you guys are doing that for us. So I appreciate it very much. This is great. Just being able to chat with some fans in this manner. It's really good to meet you, Bradley, Bobby K, Parker, and Leo. I appreciate it very much. You have a good evening.
Cheers. Really nice to meet you. I followed you on the Twitter there, buddy.
Looking forward to seeing you again.
Soon. Yeah, hopefully we'll get you on the channel as well. Every time you want to do more of this, man.
Let me know when you're coming to Indy. Let me know.
That I can do.
I'm close.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Nice to meet you. Take care, Mark. Have a good night.
Big up. Well, yeah, dope. There you guys go. Have it with the homie from Indy Spurs, Mark. Real quick before we continue, you guys, I just want to encourage you guys to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join Bobby K. We've doubled in subscribers, my homie, in the last couple of days, man.
Bonus.
Yeah,
well
so
deserved. Those vlogs you're doing. You sent it to me, the very first one when you put it together. And what did I say to you right away? I loved it. Awesome. I felt like I went to the game with you.
That's it. That's what it is, right?
That whole feeling like I'm actually on the journey with you. I'm walking into the pub with you. I'm at the pub. I'm watching you walk into the pub and see everybody. I'm sitting down in the seat with you. I'm enjoying the singing. I'm enjoying the crowd around me. I'm having my beer. I'm cheersing you guys at the same time, kind of thing. I think that personal feeling is awesome, man. I really do. I thought you guys did a really good job with them, man. And then you're out there interviewing people and stuff like that, getting feedback from real fans. And as bad as this is going to sound, we as North Americans, we don't know shit about football, apparently. So Bradley, I don't care when I hear that. I pretty much go with it. I say it myself. I don't know crap. I listen to some of these guys on these channels and the amount of knowledge they have, I'll never have. And the retention, the way they can remember things, is incredible. I had to tattoo my kids' names on my arm so I could remember them. You don't want to remember crap about football. That's insane. I don't remember what Gaza did in 1991, and
Oh man,
what friggin' Teddy Sheringham was my favorite player. I don't even know how many goals he finished with or how many games. I don't keep that crap in my head. I don't know.
there you go.
All I know is I got to watch him play, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, Bobby says at the beginning, bro. I think Maha Hotspur, is just always just wanted to just kind of do something different. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like with these podcasts, they get kind of routine, right? And that the routine gets boring after a while, right? So I wanted to add different flair, and which
Well, that's
which is
why
which is how
what
I met.
we do, right? Just piss around
Yeah,
on our show, basically have a good
yeah,
time.
yeah, for
Kids
sure.
go serious show. I do a fun one. It's a fair trade-off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Brad, if you don't know, my homie Bobby K has a channel with his two boys. They're called the Three Spurs Boys, and him and his two
Oh
sons.
man, cool.
His sons have sometimes they'll do their show. Bobby K and Kuva, which is one of our other homies. They host a show, which is straight fucking laughter, bro. So
I can't.
Yeah, that's
subscribe to
a,
the
I'm
Three
that's an
Spurs
already,
Boys
I'm
and
already
tune in.
dying. I'm already dying over here, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, the Saturday night show, Bradley, is our kind of we kind of break it into three parts. Where the first half hour we do actually talk about football because apparently we're supposed to be a football channel, and then that's it. The wheels come off.
Yeah.
Anything from well, anything.
Anything,
anything to anything. There's no
Oh man.
the filth level gets extremely high.
Appreciate you.
A few
Appreciate you.
cans might get cracked. A few dubs might be lit. To each their own. To me, that's
Each
my
their own.
Saturday night because my co-host is in England, so
Okay.
it's 10:30 p.m. for him when we start. We start 5:30 p.m. my time, 3:30 p.m. your time, and
Dang.
shit. Maybe I'll line up you and Leo for the next show. It's going to be next Saturday.
Well,
Which is
this
the
season,
10th.
I thought you already lined out this Saturday. I think you are.
Not this Saturday. It's the Saturday after. We
Oh, you
just did
were.
a show on Saturday. Every 2
Oh,
weeks,
that's
bro.
right.
You know I'm too lazy to do a show every week.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
gonna do it.
What I was gonna say
I do
was,
this because I want to. Why not want to?
Keep it fresh.
that's
Keep
how
it keep it
we
fresh.
got
Keep
in
it fresh,
contact
baby.
with yeah, for sure. Keep it fresh, bro. You have to, because if not, I mean, yeah, you
Well,
gotta
we
stay
keep doing
fresh,
the
bro.
same thing over and over and over and over. It's eventually it gets boring. We're talking the same nonsense. Like we got a couple of games we played stuff, Bradley, and we just like I said, we've changed one of the games now. We're tweaking that and stuff, and we like to keep it a little bit football related. Last year we went completely off the rails. The entire show was off the rails because my partner basically got to the point where he was like, I'm not watching football the rest of the season. He
Ooh.
refused to watch the games because he got so mad with Conte ball. He stopped. He stopped
He stopped
watching
watching.
football.
Dang.
So it's like, how do I do a show? We're supposed to talk about football, and he don't want to talk about football. So it was literally 90 minutes of just pure stupidity, adults being the best version
No
of
football
children
at
we
all.
could.
Yeah.
No football.
And you probably doubled your subscribers.
Honestly, Bradley, I don't look at that.
Don't even care.
I'm
Just have fun.
no, because even last week we had a fair amount, a few higher than what we normally average in our shows on Saturdays, and we got a couple of trolls in there. So I would rather have 10 people watching my show. I know all 10 are in the comments contributing to the show, and I'm engaging them so they feel that they're here with us.
Mm-hmm.
Leo's really good with that. Leo never misses a single comment. Leo brings up every single comment, shouts out every single person, and I like I said, I appreciate that personalism. Like even when I see if a handful of my friends are on, if I've got one buddy of mine that's got 10,000 subscribers and there's 500 in his chat, and I go to my next buddy and he's got 100 subscribers and there's 3 people watching, I'm watching him. Because one, I'd rather support the little fella, and 2, when I want to engage, he'll engage me back. Like now, I was just in the comments earlier and stuff like that. So Leo's like, well, if you're commenting this much, I know you're sitting on your sofa doing jack shit, so get your ass on the show.
Yeah, for
So
sure,
I'm
bro.
like, all right, you got me.
Let's
I am
go.
doing jack shit. Well, come on. So
I
so
love it.
cheers. That's
Love it, man.
so
For sure. And that's how the whole community is, though, bro. That's how, I mean, it can be like that. You know what I mean? There's certain people, it's like that. You know what I mean? It's like everything else, bro. You know what I mean? You just gotta take everything with moderation and with success, and appreciate
just
people like
enjoy
this
it,
guy,
man.
honestly.
A
I
big
got
up.
nothing but mad love for you, Leo. You know that, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. It goes both ways, my homie. It goes both ways. Let's see here. I put a question up near the beginning, not been looked at yet.
Well, then you know what? We're going to ignore this comment too. Take it down, Leo. Take it down.
Yeah,
Don't let him bully you on your show.
he may have. If he did, I
I love it.
apologize.
It might
Maybe
be
I
an
do go through it.
incredible question.
Yeah, I'll put it
But
back
don't
in,
you
and we'll
start,
definitely put
Bradley.
it up now.
Oh,
Bradley's,
is it
now
lost?
Bradley's starting.
It's probably like, hey, are you? I don't know what kind of question could it be. Very deep, Could be. Let's
No,
see.
I think he's just trolling. He's just trolling.
That's
He's just trolling. We're
hilarious.
good. Big up,
So,
Hotspurs.
Leo, I have a question. Are you ending things, or can I
Yeah.
ask you a question on something?
No, go ahead, bro.
All right. So on the Kane thing, are you in the camp of Tottenham wronged him? We didn't match his ambition. Poor Harry, for
Whoa.
years he was slaving in Tottenham Hotspur. I'm just asking what camp you're in. We didn't match his ambition. I keep hearing we didn't match his ambition. This bullshit. So my
Yeah,
question
that's what it
is,
is. It's bullshit.
my
Bradley's
question is,
bullshit.
what do you think about that? Are you in this thing of, hey, suck it up, dude? Play ball with what you got. Make a meal with what's in the cupboard. Stop whining. You
I
don't
just
hold
think,
the
like,
club
look,
hostage. We gave you a freaking mural outside. You put your family's fingerprints on there. Look, my hand went on the finger. My kid's hands went on the mural. And I got to
we'll get
go
to
to
this one in a
Bayern Munich,
second.
and I got to wear lederhosen and eat
We'll get into that.
sausages or whatever
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
eating right now. It looks so
See, and
stupid.
that's just it. That's ambitious. That's ambitious. Like leaving Tottenham to go to Bayern, where you're going to win.
Where you're guaranteed a
That's
trophy. In a
that's
way, does that
ambitious.
not, yes, it's not that it's ambitious. He clearly stated that he wants to leave because he's got to put something in his trophy cabinet.
And that's
So
fine. I agree with that.
Am I going to leave? Am I going to uproot my family? Am I going to leave the club that I've had ties to since I was a child, where I'm the leading goal scorer? I am a record holder here. I am loved here. Am I going to give up everything with a child on the way and walk away for something where I might win? I do not fault him at all. I do not. I think that was
I
the
don't
best
fault him at
choice
all
for him.
either.
He's
But-
guaranteed to get a trophy there. If his
That's
whole
it.
mandate was, I need to make sure I finish my career with something in my cabinet, then fair play to him. He
Yeah.
said that years
I
ago
agree.
with us. We backed him in pieces. We gave him enough to kind of, forgive the analogy, but I think we were a very bad drug dealer with him. We gave him enough to keep him hooked and to keep him around, lingering
Dang.
around, kind of thing.
That's
It's
a
like
good
whiskey
analogy,
dick.
bro.
It's just
So
like whiskey
that's
dick.
I
It's not
crazy.
firmly
anything.
believe that though, because he is arguably the best striker in the world. In the world.
No doubt.
Even when people will come back at me and argue, like fans from other teams, and say, well, you dropped 63 on Ndombele, you dropped this much on this player, this much on this player, this much on that player. Well, why didn't we drop more elsewhere then? Why didn't we, if we dropped this much money, why the hell didn't we do our due diligence and make sure these players we're spending this much money on are actually good? We just sent 105 million pounds of transfers of our money, our 1 and 2 highest signings at one point, to Turkey for 15 million euros.
Preach it. Talk about it.
So where the hell is our club directive? Who the hell is doing the scouting in this shit? The fact that we are so disjointed from the club level at the top of the food chain, the man signing the paychecks, making the decisions, to the bottom of the scouting department, it's absolutely maddening. We've brought in too many players to play different systems with managers that aren't there anymore. We've just completely said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to build a house today with 4 bedrooms. Oh, are you 80% done building it? Let's make it 3 bedrooms. That's what's been happening with us. So we haven't built properly. Do I blame Kane? Not at all. Do I blame the board? 100%. Because if you don't want to sit here and say that the investment in players wasn't made, then you surely hell didn't make the investment in the scouting department or the proper foundational department to make sure that our club said, this is our vision. Like people, you look at Ajax. They have had a structure in place for going on 100 years. Their youth academy consistently pumping out quality. That academy pumps out quality. Those kids go straight in and slot right into the first team. Why? because everything they're teaching them at that grassroots level, from the second they're crawling and hitting a ball with their nose, is what they're teaching them all the way to the senior squad. What are we doing? We're going, okay, we're going to bring in these young players and we're going to keep them in our youth system and we're going to build you a certain way. What you're going to play, what system you're going to play when you go to the next level, we don't know. How you're going to be incorporated into that system, we don't know. Are you going to be able to play in that system? We don't know. So how in our own club, we're not bringing our youth through properly?
That's incredible analysis. That's incredible. I didn't even think you were going to take it that way. Wow.
When Marcande left last year, and you lose,
still in Marcande.
The amount of youth players that we look back and go, hold on, this kid was going to be something. Marcus Edwards, gone now to Sporting. This kid was so rated while he was with us. Few attitude problems and things. But again, if our scouting department, the proper coaching structure, the youth people saw that this is what the issue is with this kid, it can be corrected, but he's going to fit into our system. Let's keep him. Oh, there's a problem with this kid. We don't have to worry about the system if he's fitting in or not, because that system's going to change anyways. Ship him off. Now he's worth what, 50, 60 million or something they wanted when we came back sniffing around. So that's what really frustrates me here with this ownership. It's just that in 23 years, you guys don't have a plan. You don't have a foundational plan. Potch said this before he left. You've built a beautiful house and your furniture is shit. You're sleeping on the floor inside. What's the point? Sorry, I didn't mean to
No, it's the bomb.
And Leo knows me. I never really go off. So, but that's the one thing that really frustrates me, because when I see what we're achieving now, it pains me to think that we could have achieved this with Potch and continued it and been even further now.
And ambition does not equate to necessarily spending money, right?
No.
That's not, and I think maybe that's when the club does not match someone's ambitions. In my mind, as I'm learning the game more, it's not necessarily, did you go out and buy all these players? Because it's easy to envy a club like Chelsea, but look what they're doing now. It's like a jumble. It's a jumbled mess, and they're buying a bunch of things for Potch. And Potch's like, I didn't even want that guy. And thanks, I guess, Santa. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for stuffing that down my chimney. But so I guess what you're saying is ambition isn't necessarily just about buying players.
Sar, 16, 18 million. Basuma, 27 million pound, 28 million pound. Udogi,
Basuma.
19 million pound. Those three are the future of our club. VDV, 30 million.
So you're talking about Don Paratici then, man. You
said
the Godfather had a
around
cooking,
100 million for 4 players that are impacting our first 11 greatly.
So Fabio Paratici, what's up?
He clearly scouted the right players at the time. He knows something that maybe, Paratici there knows something. But what system did they come into? A broken Conte system. I don't blame Conte and what he did. I think Conte got really screwed by us. I really do. I feel for the guy. What he went through, 3 close deaths, people that were literally family to him, happened, all this stuff. He got ill. He had medical problems and stuff. The way the team was playing, and he just got to the point where he broke. He got frustrated, started throwing people under the bus himself. He threw his hands up and said, screw it. This is not worth it to me. I'd rather get paid out and go sit on the beach somewhere and do jack shit than deal with this crap. Whose fault is that? Is it not ours in some form? Because did we not just do that to Mourinho? Did we not just do that to Nuno? Did we not just do that to Poch? Let's go back to Martin Yule. Let's go back to Harry Redknapp. Let's go back to Jesus. How many managers are we going to have? I really, really pray to God that the one thing that makes me so happy about our start to the season is that there's no heat on Ange right now. It's all sunshines, rainbows, and dancing unicorns throwing Skittles at everybody. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
But when was the last time you heard a manager? Sorry, Leo, do you mind if I chime in?
Please do. You have to.
And I love the humility. So like what pisses me off about like a Eric Ten Hag or like a Conte is there's no personal ownership. Yeah, I know that you're God's gift to everything, and we should etch your face in some mountain because you're some amazing football god. You know, have some humility and ownership of what you're doing wrong and saying, I need to be better. I see that in Ange. And I also hear Ange going against the grain on, hey, it's not always about, like, I think you said this earlier, it's about who fits into my system. It's not about the most expensive player. And he told the story about Matoma and seeing Matoma coming out of university and just shredding his team in Japan. And he was like, dang. And he saw him first. So I think your point, I'm refreshed by his. I like the fact that he's not as emotional. He's got some of this like where he can be objective and not get totally emotionally immersed in every little thing. So he's got some objectivity, but he's also got like Daniel Levy's mind about the academy. He's not just paying that lip service. He's saying, yeah, let's do it. I like that.
And it is. Yeah, it's so refreshing to see somebody just take accountability. You know, we at our jobs, Bradley, in our everyday jobs, would be happy for our manager to say, you know what, that one's on me. You know, when we know it is. But yet, it's always the bottom of the totem pole that gets blamed, right? We've thrown our players under the bus so much over the years. It's not even funny. Man. And the way it did, like, I don't know how long you've been doing the streaming thing and everything, Bradley, now, but, you know, I know Leo's been around enough to see how poisonous the last season was and how it affected us as fans and us as content creators, the infighting, the opinion divide, the, you know, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. It was unbearable. It got to the point where I was just like, I don't even want to stream. I don't want to talk to some people anymore.
Well, that's why we stopped, bro. That's why we took a break all summer. We have most of the decisive sport group in the league. They expect to just spend, not buying quality, but spending for the sake of it.
Yeah.
You guys, before we go any further,
to invest in these kids.
Sorry, I just want to say, you guys hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys wouldn't mind, thank you guys for the support the channel has been getting recently. We appreciate it. And Bobby, I don't know if you could post your links in there too, brother. If anybody wants to go over to Bobby, I'm assuming you guys already watch Bobby K if you're watching the Maha House, but if not, definitely post any and all links that you want in there. Before we go any further, I want to address Hotspur's question because I know we missed it at the beginning of the show. He said, which 3 players can we not afford an injury to, guys? And Bradley, I'll start off with you real quick, man. What do you think? Just give me 3 players that you. Yeah,
Romero to me. Thank you.
Can.
Sorry about that. Yes, absolutely. The first thing that got in my mind was Romero, Madison, and Son. Because we got Hugo as the backup goalkeeper, baby. So if Vicario gets injured tomorrow, Hugo. No, those are my 3. I'd say Romero, Madison, and Son.
And Sonny.
But I mean, the Basuma could be in there because I'm thinking who's going to play that position, who's going to carry the ball. But like somebody mentioned, Bentancur can learn that, right? But yeah, I think that Romero, if he gets injured, Van de Ven's been great, but he just got here. I mean, I love the brother, I love him, but Romero is on another level right now. Another level. Romero's killing it. Madison's at the front at everything that we're doing creatively, and then you put Gio in there, and it was like, dang, dude, where did we scrape you up from? See ya. When he played against in the Carabao Cup, I'm like, where are you, man? You're supposed to be the creative. You're supposed to look. First of all, you're in like cappuccino, the cappuccino jersey, and then you were like supposed to like replace Madison in creativity. I mean, I saw a flash, but Madison's been amazing. And then Son, if you lose him, where are the goals going to come from? Those are the 3.
Wilton, I'm gonna nick that if you don't mind, bro. At the pub, you're gonna see us singing that song. Well, I'm gonna start
You have
singing.
to. You have to.
Hugh
I love it.
gone. Yeah,
He's still on the squad, baby. The money's too
Hugh
good.
gone.
The money's
still.
too good, baby. He's still
Seven.
in the squad. They pay good.
He's gone.
What is it? 80 or 100
yeah,
games
so-
on to sit around now?
Wait, he's still in the squad, right? He's going to be collecting that check. Like,
He won't be collecting money until we get rid of him. He didn't want to go out
He
on
doesn't have a
loan.
squad
He didn't
number.
want
He
to go out
wasn't
on a
assigned.
permanent.
He won't be.
dude,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
he
would
won't be
take
wearing
him over
25.
Forster I would take him over Forster right now. Did you see the penalty shootout against Fulham? Dude, Forster
Yeah.
just fell down 5 straight times.
Uh,
I'm like, dude, can
Yeah.
you do another
Yeah, but-
move besides falling down? Like the ball is
Yeah,
going over
we would-
there. Like,
Bradley, we would
same
have made it
shit.
to penalties if he didn't make those
Killing
saves
me.
during the game.
True.
I feel like I was dealing with
Yeah, I think we shouldn't
Frankenstein
even
in
have
goal.
let it
That
get
dude's
to. We shouldn't have let
Frankenstein
it
in
got to
goal, man.
penalties.
No.
Sorry, brother. Yeah, I think we shouldn't even have let it got to penalties, right? I don't even want to open up that can of worms.
No.
But look, you guys. I think 3 players that we definitely need to hope don't get injured. And you said Romero, which I agree with Romero, but I'm going to go with Mickey Van de Ven instead in the middle, right in the back there. And then I'm going to go with Sar, since you kind of had Basuma as a shout there. And I'm going to go with and I'll take and I have to take Sonny as well. Like I just have to. So I'll do Sonny, Sar, and Van de Ven. If we lose any one of those 3, I think we're gonna have a hard time moving forward.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
That's what the song should be.
My homie tries to get that one going all the time. I like that
Nah,
one.
and Leo's like, nah, I
I
ain't
like
having
that
that.
one.
Leo just shuts
I
it
like
down.
that
He's
one.
like, nah, I ain't
I
doing
like
it.
that one.
I'm
That's
not
the one I
backing
like.
you,
It's
bro.
not-
No, it's not
Yeah.
in the
No,
club. It's not
I'll
in the, it's
back
not in
you.
the playlist, Brad. Don't even try it.
See,
Crickets.
you have to get the stamp of approval from Leo before the
I
chat
do.
gets
I've got to
going.
get the papal blessing, man.
Wow. You gotta come see Big Papi.
Yeah. I swear
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like I hate to just like it's so funny because I was saying earlier when opposing fans come in, bro, everybody just looks at me and they're like, Leo, stay over here, don't go over there, don't go over there, do not do nothing. I'm just like, one thing I am glad is my yellow
Well,
card from
we
last
let
season
in
is
opposing
last season.
fans. We let in opposing fans, but there's like one whole half of the pub is ours. They have to sit on the other side of the pub.
Yeah,
So,
rightly so.
Yeah, for me, it's Madison, Udogi, and Vicario.
Ooh, the
There you
Udogi
go.
call out.
Who the
Let's
hell
go.
calls-
Tell me about
who
what you did.
covers Udogi?
Tell me about
Who
him a little
covers
bit. Give me a little bit. Dish on him a little bit, please.
Come on now, Bradley. The
Preach,
kid is
brother.
20 years old, massive, getting bigger, getting stronger, fast, quick, good feet, good vision, picking out a pass, has the ability to cut it into the box and put one in on the net. He has just been everything in a dream. I was worried about his defensive abilities when he came in and how he's going to do with the physicality of the English league. But my man, has this guy been just beautiful? I am in love with this kid.
Brother, I got a
He's just
song.
absolutely fantastic.
It just hit me, bro. You
Sing it,
doggy dog.
Oh!
You doggy dog.
Dude,
Sorry, I
like
didn't
it.
mean to
I
interrupt you, bro.
like it, Brad.
But bro, you
I
just
like it.
inspired me. It
Listen,
came, man.
I love it.
That's an
it. I was
American
the
doing that.
inspiration.
Let's go.
You were the writer. There we go. I like it. I like it. See,
Shout out to
for all you
Snoop.
English fans, I think we can't come up with shit over here in North America. We end up pretty
West
smart
Coast.
too.
West Coast.
Hey, wait,
I'm
on the
gonna
West.
clip that.
Wait, no, I'm on the East Coast. Wait a minute.
That's all right, man. If you mirror your image, that'll take you onto the left side.
I am mirrored.
You
Let me
good.
flip it.
Bro, I don't know if we should start that.
Yeah.
Nah,
should.
that's a good one. That was
that's a
fucking
good one.
dope.
That one. Yeah, I like that one. Go for it.
You
Yeah,
doggy dog, yeah.
He's singing it already. He's gonna have it on as his ringtone tomorrow.
Here you go. I'm his
Wilson's
agent.
offering you. He's
Big
offering
up. Let's
He's
go.
offering you,
Big
buddy.
up.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Udogi is just absolutely fantastic. He's the cat's meow, baby. He's just been
Fuck yeah, he is.
bellissimo.
Let's go.
I think that if we lose him, we are seriously screwed.
This is the next one. We're
Bro.
gonna have Snoop Dogg go viral for singing the
Oh my
UW
God! Can you
song,
imagine?
bro.
Now,
See him walking down the street puffing a doobie.
Yeah, yeah, baby. Yo, that could
going
happen.
off the rails on an ants train.
Yo,
Let's
man.
go.
Stick with what you want. You got a winner. Stick with it.
You
Don't mess it up
doggy.
now for-
But by the way,
Brandon,
you're
don't
right
mess it
about
up
you.
for
I don't
yourself.
know. By the way, I don't know if it gets better than Udagi. Like, I don't know. Like, first of all, getting his name
He's
right.
gonna get better.
Once you get his
I
name
don't
right.
care.
How long did it
Anybody-
take for you to get his name right? Because for a while I was messed up with the name.
I'm still making it up. I don't know
I
any
think
of
we
the
still
players'
got it
names.
wrong. Yeah.
Ooh, doggy, dog.
That's what it's gonna have to be just so the song works.
Yeah.
It is
That'll work, bro.
Udagi,
That's dope.
actually. It is Udagi. What up?
You know, my biggest concern when we got him and then how everything transpired and we ended up getting rid of Conte, I was like, damn, did we have a player kind of like Jet Spence that we brought in for a different system and now he's kind of screwed. You know, I thought we were going to be screwed by having him there. And so, yeah, bro, I'm totally shocked by the way that
because he's a left wing
turned
back.
out,
He
honestly,
played
bro.
more as a left winger, so defensively he wasn't relied on as much. So we did him on that side and Porro on the other. My God, you know, to expect Romero and Van de Ven to cover the whole back line, that's asking a lot. You have to have a third. One of them's got to be able to play defense, and I didn't see that in Porro or Udogi.
Porro shagging your girl.
They're both doing it. Porro's doing fantastic.
He's shagging your girl, man. He's shagging your girl. Sing it, Leo.
Which one?
He's shagging your bird. He's shagging your bird. Pedro Porro. He's shagging your bird. We get that one going at the pub.
Which one though?
Because you know how he was Pedro Porro, because he was João Felix's bird. He was
the wife
of my
girlfriend. I'm just asking. Was he?
I don't know. Probably both.
Dude,
he's shagging both your birds.
Hair is
what
better
does
than
he
anybody
think
in the
he's
league.
John Terry?
Yeah, John
What does
Terry.
he think he's John Terry?
He says
he
Wilton
is
says,
Wilton.
"Boy's a
He is
baller, he's
only going to get better on him. Oh man,
That's true.
100%. Oh, I can't wait to see what this kid's going to bring us in the years to come. Him, Vicario, Van de Ven, you know, Sar, all early 20s. Even Romero's 24 now, 23, 24. So,
Yo, Bobby
it's
K,
looking good.
that
It's
one
looking
goal,
good.
that goal on the weekend where Udagi was on the boundary and he stole the ball in a soft way, like he blocked it and then like let it down at his feet. He just absorbed it so it wouldn't bounce off him, and then he assisted to Madison. And then Madison scores, and then Udagi's like the last one to the celebration. He's not this like big like, you know, he's real chill.
It was all me. Yeah.
He walks up like, "What up?" He just walks up, and they're like, "Yo, man, you did it!" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm Udagi dog."
Yeah, and what? Yeah, he's something special, man. He's something special. Yeah, he's the one that excites me the most right now, because that's a position we've been really, you know, the Reguilon, the Sessegnon, any player that ended with an ON didn't work over there.
Bro, when I think about excitement, I think Højbjerg, right? Excitement.
Did you just come from one of your local shops?
That dude is, man. That dude, Højbjerg, man. I mean, when you were talking about that mentality, is he damaged from all the lost hope? You know,
no,
comes in.
Not at all.
Is he like all those years? He was like, "Yeah, Spurs, come on, I'm gonna lead you through the darkness." Is he damaged? Is he like, you know what, just a broken horse? Just like, nah, man, I couldn't get my move to Atletico Madrid.
I think he's going to see what value he offers. The reason we didn't ship him out is because we put a valuation on him. If we didn't rate him or Ange didn't want him around, he would have been gone. So the fact that he's able to come in and shut down shop for the last 15, 20 minutes of the game is very important for us. Because if Ange wants to play this high press system and drain his players out in the first 60 minutes, somebody's got to come in. By then, you know, you got to have a padded lead. And then you got to have the players that can come in and just shut everything down. And he is perfect for that. Perfect, because he'll still find that, you know, that deep line pass from that holding midfield line. So I just hope that he doesn't get discouraged just coming on as a super sub.
So you're saying like he's a carny, he's a carnival guy, like he just shuts the carnival down.
Yeah, pretty much. He's our carny.
I'm
That's
tripping,
funny,
bro. I'm
bro.
tripping.
That's funny. Yo, I'm kind of bummed that we have so long to go until we watch the Spurs play again. Like how I started off the show, it's a bummer now that we start to get the ball rolling and we kind of got to just put a screeching halt to it. But well, look, you guys, we are going to end the podcast off of that. We definitely have to continue this again next week, and chat some more. You guys, looks like if Mark from Indy Spurs is available, we'll try and get him back onto the channel. And I definitely want to see some footage from the Indy Spurs. And of course, anybody watching this, if you belong to any official supporters club, will you please reach out and try and yeah, reach out so we can make something happen. Like I said, that's how I ended up meeting Mark. We reached out to him on Instagram. He liked the idea, and he came on. And look, it looks like now, you guys even encouraging him to start his own YouTube channel. Maybe that's some, that maybe that's something we can encourage as as Spurs fans. That's dope.
More the merrier, man.
And so yeah, and so if I'm gonna put Bobby K's back in the your comment back up, bro. Bobby, what you got going? What you got going for us, bro? What's going on? What you got cooking?
Oh, you know how it is, my man. We're on slow pace right now. The kids were they restarted their weekly wrap-up show, which is good. So just the two of the boys come on and they do their little post-game analysis,
awesome.
their kind of thing, talk about the Spurs game, and then they do their player ratings and then their predictions for the upcoming game. The last show they did less 20 minutes. So it's good that it helps them with their confidence as well. And then we do our Coov and the Kang every other Saturday night where we just get together. It's more of a pub atmosphere kind of thing. The boys sitting around and having a laugh kind of thing, or I shouldn't say the boys, the panel. We have some ladies join us too. And everybody's just kind of light and chilled. We have a laugh. We have a good time and talk about our Tottenham Hotspur that we love so much. And that's every other Saturday night. So next show's not till next Saturday, which is, I don't know, like, what is that? The 16th or something like that?
16th, man.
Would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be back on the 16th. Until then, I'll pretty much just be pouring myself out and jumping in other people's channels.
Proper, nice.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Bradley, this is your first time. I don't know. Have you ever done any type of YouTube stuff like this before? Is it
No,
first
man.
time?
I've just been a learner, man. Just observing, just learning, watching stuff. This is my first time ever on a live stream, man.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be
Well, I
here. I
know.
appreciate it. I have a lot of fun.
All right, killed it, Bradley.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Of course. And one of the
Did well,
reasons
man.
why I wanted to invite you on is because even in the comments to the video when I sent you, I'm like, bro, everybody's like commenting about you, like everybody liked how you were singing, bringing the analysis and stuff like that. And Parker and I were like, bro, we got to get the homie on to chat with us. So big up. Thank you for making
That's
your
awesome.
debut.
Even
And
all my analysis was wrong. And man, I appreciate you
The
still having me
debut.
on. It was great.
Yeah,
I
but
went
it's your
back and
opinion,
listened to it.
Bradley.
I
That's
went
the
back
thing,
and listened
you
to
know?
it. I'm like, that was wrong. That was wrong. All right, the song was okay. The other three, man, they didn't even get in the game. All right, but thank you. I appreciate it.
you said 4-1,
Don't
it
feel
ended
bad,
up
buddy.
being
I'm
5-2,
wrong
so
all
you
the
were
time.
close.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, man. This is a lot of fun. Love the community.
Cool, man. Cool.
Bobby
Yeah,
K,
you
man,
Well,
you
you
have me
guys,
cracking up, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Great
yeah.
singing.
Thanks, brother.
For sure, you guys will see more. You'll see more of the homie for sure. For sure, he'll definitely be back on. And you guys hit the like on your way in or out, depending on what you're doing or how you prefer to do that. But hit the subscribe as well, and don't forget to catch us on the next one. So yeah, thank you guys for joining.